Head downstairs, hurry up your friends, it's time for old games in the basement. A trip down memory lane, it's old games in the basement. Look out for Uncle Hank.
Oh,
no.
I don't like the sound of that.
Is that what I think it is?
Hank, what are you doing?
Yes.
Hank?
Sorry.
Are you okay, Uncle Hank? Should we be concerned?
I'm leaving all of you. I'm going to join the Marines.
Wait,
What?
what?
It's about time.
Are you serious, Hank? Uncle
You actually signed up?
I didn't need to sign up. I need them all people. They need a leader. They need a
Oh,
colonel.
so you were drafted. Got
They
it.
need a colonel, and I was like, I got you.
That's a colonel, by the way.
No, it's colonel.
Yeah, it's spelled
Colonel?
like that, but it's pronounced colonel, you
It's pronounced
dingus.
colonel, you dumb fat section.
It's Colonel.
I'm
Listen,
pretty sure-
no, guys, it's colonel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
fine. Fine.
Okay.
You know what? Just to rush you out, Hank, I'll leave you.
No. Take your time, Uncle Hank. Thank you.
Well, first off, Uncle Hank, let me send you a little late. Yo, suck boss!
What do you want?
More rice!
You know, I used to be in the Army. I was a culinary specialist.
You're a culinary specialist?
So you were the cook. Let me
I
guess.
see you on the front lines.
Ah, yes, I can't
Serving
wait.
spicy food only.
I can't wait to have his jambalaya, man. I know it's pretty good. We used to serve together.
The
All right.
antifreeze is what makes it good.
He was the other colonel, and we were the best colonels you'll ever fucking do.
So, Colonel Hank and Colonel Sauce Boss.
Yep.
Oh.
All right.
Well, have a good time, Uncle Hank.
Hold on.
Salute.
Shut the fuck up. At ease, man. I'm fucking. Let me.
Actually, no, that was not Army. That was not Marines. That was,
Okay,
I was actually
okay.
singing the Navy song.
Yeah. Anyway, so okay. Fucking you, skinny boy.
Yeah,
actually,
what do you need, Hank?
I probably shouldn't call you. I probably shouldn't call you skinny because you're pretty fucking fat.
I'm,
But,
I'm huge!
yeah.
I'm inflating! Okay, that was
Yeah,
yes.
no, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're the fattest one
Exactly.
here. But no, for the skinny boy though, skinny fat boy. Fucking. I want to let you know,
yeah.
you are always my least favorite. All right.
Wait, but Uncle Hank, how long are you
Shut
gonna
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I will raise your
Don't
ranks.
question him. The less you question him, the quicker he gets out of here.
This is right. Shut the fuck up, Rank.
Seriously.
Okay, thanks. All right.
Bald one.
Yes, Uncle Hank?
You were not my least favorite, but you were anything but my favorite.
The
All right.
feeling's mutual.
All right, bye everyone.
Well,
Shit.
It's
So-
about
wow.
time we got out the house.
You get out too,
Andy
you fat
Jazz.
whore.
At least I know who I am.
Go now, or I will beat you with a whip.
He'll do it.
Kiki. I'll be waiting for you.
Go now, or I will never show you Pornhub again.
I know others.
All right, fine.
Yes. It's time for all games in the basement.
Hallelujah, everybody.
so Uncle Hank is gone? How long is he going to be away for?
I have
I
no
don't
idea.
care.
Okay.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Yeah.
All I know is he's gone.
He's
and
gone?
let's take advantage of this.
Okay.
Right, exactly.
I'd like to say for our March episode, I was surprised he left so early.
I know,
Right.
yeah.
He really had to march away from that
Well, I see. If he, I don't know why, but if he said it'd be a jar joke,
Yeah.
because you said it works.
Because that's something I would say. That's why it's, like, funny that he's saying it.
But you did
But
not
I
didn't
say it.
say
one.
it.
Bro, the
unfortunately.
reason it would be a jar joke for you is because you'd make it somehow sound stupid.
I would, and that's kind of the whole point.
Wait, I just realized, where the fuck are Kelly and Sam?
Weren't they, didn't they need to get some money, they were saying?
I mean, they had to be St. Patrick's Day whores.
Yeah.
See, but because March, it's the Shamrock Shake time, and we all know they're
Shamrock, he's shaking something out there.
he's shaking his Shamrock, all right.
Yeah.
He's shaking his Shamrock, giving him the old shillelagh.
I can see Sam doing that, being the little whore he is.
Yeah.
Kelly, I'm surprised Sam roped Kelly into doing that.
No.
See,
See,
okay,
here's the thing.
okay, wait.
Kelly would be the one sending Sam out.
No,
that makes sense too. But
no, I think Kelly's probably doing the same because he has to deal with all his brother's shit, so he lost all of his money.
yeah.
He has to give the extra shekels for the game.
Yep. Anyways, but no, so it'll be just the four of us this time, and
More intimate
Yeah.
recording.
So we're each gonna cover like a few extra games than normal, but we'll try to keep it a good time.
Yeah.
We're gonna try.
But also, along with our last two episodes, we're gonna have a pre-discussion topic.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. What did we decide on that pre-discussion topic?
Oh fuck, I forgot.
We never did really decide.
No, it was.
But you wanna know what? I have an idea. Since I mentioned Shamrock Shake, we could talk about good fast food shit for a minute.
So I think we should.
I mean, no, wait. Actually, we did have a topic. You were mentioning like when people pick sides on favorites, like McDonald's or Taco Bell. What was it again?
I just said McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah, that's what it was. But you were gonna relate to something else.
Yeah.
But we forgot. So let's just make it. Let's just run out.
Oh wait. Now I remember. It's like when consoles and stuff. Like when it's Xbox versus PlayStation.
Shit. Should we just start this whole episode over?
No. We already started.
Because if this episode starts over, we have to deal with Hank and Auntie Jizz again.
Oh no!
And we already got rid of them. We don't need them again.
Do not reverse the clock.
No.
No.
I feel like us rebooting an episode
dealing with
multiple
Uncle-
times is kind of a running gag at this point anyway.
So, okay.
So
Dealing with Uncle Hank and Auntie Jizz is like watching wrestling from then and now. It only can go forward. Can't go back.
that's true.
If you go back, you're just like, wow, there's a lot of flaws here.
Yes.
But no. So okay, let's talk about like when it was console wars, whether back in the day or like modern day.
Well, how about this? Let's start out with a very basic topic.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis?
I was a Super Nintendo. I was a SNES.
Yeah,
I
did
I
have
love.
both.
Are we all in unison? The Super Nintendo was probably the better of the two.
There was a handful of games I did like on Genesis.
Genesis had some good
Yeah.
shit,
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt.
But overall,
those were two of the best systems ever, so
But
you can't go wrong either
overall-
way.
I mean, that started the console wars / the console / bit wars.
Right.
Yes, James Rolfe.
But overall, yeah, SNES was I think unison SNES.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say there were games that on the Genesis that were superior over the Super Nintendo.
Oh, for sure.
Or they had
Like
some
Aladdin.
extra content, and like the Super Nintendo did not have. One case in point, Earthworm Jim had an all new level the Super Nintendo didn't have.
Was it,
I didn't know that.
Which one was that? What was the extra level?
It had something. I think it had something to do with like the innards of a stomach or something, or
There was the snout level, but I think that was in both of them.
yeah, that was.
Snot My Problem was what it was called.
Yes, not a problem. Although, however, the Sega CD version had an additional level added onto it. Plus, the music was much better too.
I mean, Earthworm Jim had great music in general. It was so catchy.
Yes, it was. But anyway,
How about this one? Contra Hardcore or Contra 3? Have you guys
never
played?
played hard. I didn't play hardcore, but I remember 3 Alien Wars.
Yeah, I think Contra 3 was a little better.
I was not much of a Contra person growing up.
Dude,
Or
Contra was,
how about this one? If we're also
or
on
Super C. I'd say Super C.
I was going to also say, if we're talking Konami games, what about Castlevania 4 versus Bloodlines? I actually have to give that one to Bloodlines, personally.
Never played Bloodlines.
Never played
Super.
Bloodlines?
I played a little bit of it. I would have to give it, but I'm going to give it to 4
Okay.
specifically because it had better control of the whip. Because most of the Castlevania games, when you have the whip, it's just went straight one way or straight the other way.
Yeah.
No. Number 4, you could go everywhere. Like diagonal. You could diagonally whip the damn
It was
thing.
kind of all over the place, for better or worse.
And the jumping controls was way better.
It was.
I can agree to that one.
Yeah.
Since I have played a little bit of both, that is definitely testified. Unfortunately, I have not beaten both yet.
It's a challenge, though. It is very much a challenge.
I just like Bloodlines aesthetics, basically.
Like,
so.
Bloodlines had a good concept. Instead of sticking to just the castle,
Yeah.
you could go everywhere.
Right, exactly. That's kind of why I liked it. It was
But, like,
was different
Having
mold.
someone with like a whip that's not a Belmont is just weird.
It is, but it was also interesting to play as a spear dude. I can't remember his name.
Lucarde.
Yeah, Lucarde, yeah.
Yeah, and the guy that with the whip was basically related, John Morris.
Morris, yeah. Well, he was. So they also had a character that was Morris in Circle of the Moon on the Game Boy Advance, if I remember correctly. So, but we're getting off topic here.
Yeah, we can discuss that in a more.
Wait. So we did Sega versus SNES. Okay. PlayStation versus Dreamcast.
PlayStation easily.
Woof.
Now, if you said PlayStation versus N64 is the shirt I'm wearing, it would be even harder. But
Like, if it was PlayStation versus N64, I go with PlayStation. Just
Still
saying.
might give the edge to just that little edge to PlayStation.
I would give it to PlayStation just because they had so many good RPGs.
They,
Final Fantasy 7, man.
The Xenogears
Panzer-
Vagrant Story, Chrono Cross, as I've nerded out in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a very
I'm
difficult
surprised
one
you
for
didn't
me.
get kicked out of Hong Kong that one time when talking about Chrono Cross.
Wait. I want to hear Chris's response. Okay, Chris.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm more nostalgic towards the N64 version, even though I probably played...
No, not N64,
PlayStation
Dreamcast.
Oh, the Dreamcast?
Dreamcast for PlayStation.
Well, honestly, in terms of power, if I were to go with that, Dreamcast is the more superior one.
Well, Dreamcast is objectively more powerful,
Had
but
one
we're
of the
talking the
best
games.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean-
if you're gonna compare... There's some games that came out for both.
Soul
Obviously,
Cal.
the Dreamcast wins.
obviously,
SoCal.
but we're
SoCal.
just talking about overall system.
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation. I mean, obviously, yeah,
Honestly,
Dreamcast
I
was...
think Dreamcast was a bit too like if it would have had a little more time to win, we probably still have good Sega consoles right now.
Maybe.
I might have to give this one to the to Sony then, and this
But
time.
All right,
it's
so
like-
so basically we're all unison on
Like
Sony.
if we're
then.
talking
And
about
let's just
good Dreamcast games, SoCal. That's where it
Yes.
Power
like-
Stone, as we've established in the
started.
past.
Definitely Power Stone.
Oh yes.
Freaking Power Stone, man.
Yep.
Power Stone. No, like honestly, if I was to give Dreamcast my number one thing, it'd be between PlayStation and Dreamcast. It'd be the memory card.
The
Oh,
VMU was awesome.
Like-
Oh
No, I'm sorry, Dreamcast
yes.
has a better memory card.
It had the far superior memory card. It was
Definitely.
That was the best memory card of all time.
That's
easily.
yeah, that's
you
what
can,
it is.
you can play games on that memory card.
Yeah.
It was
If
more
someone
interactive to work with.
Yeah, and I think someone actually made it so you could play Doom on it.
Well,
Don't
someone
quote
actually
me
did
on
that?
I think
Doom
so.
can be
Don't
played on
quote
freaking
me.
everything.
No,
so
no,
that's
no.
not surprising
What
me.
you're
It's
thinking?
become a meme at this
No,
point.
what you're thinking of? It isn't the memory card. It's a fucking calculator.
Ah.
No, so
No, someone
like,
actually did so make it so you could play Doom on a graphing calculator.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it takes a shit ton of power to do it.
Yeah, I've
it's
seen
happened.
it.
Yeah,
You wouldn't believe the crazy things people have made it to play Doom on. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
but no, like, but
Playing
no.
Doom on. Sorry to cut you off.
But overall, though, when it comes to games, though, PlayStation had everything for me.
You
I'm
did.
gonna
I'll
say
have to
there's
give you that.
one last one. DS versus the PSP.
DS.
I'm gonna give it to DS, even though I like the PSP.
Don't get me wrong. PS was PSP. I loved it. I
Yeah.
had one. I owned a few games.
Yep.
It had some good stuff on it. Sorry, DS is better.
DS just had a lot of really great games.
I know the PSP had its good potential, but unfortunately for me, I picked it up close to the end of its life. Well,
I got
probably
it
not
right.
the end of its
I used to
lifespan.
have the very first model of it.
yeah.
The big
so did I.
I had the chunky boy.
So
thick boy.
I'm the odd one out. I'm gonna pick PSP over the DS.
Oh, yeah,
Nothing wrong with that,
yeah,
nothing
nothing wrong. Why would you pick it though?
I just like the games better.
Okay,
like,
that's
I mean,
like
I'll
there,
give you that.
There was like 2 games on DS I ever wanted to play.
All right.
Everything else was like, I'm good.
What were the 2 games?
Let's
Kirby.
Kingdom Hearts. I honestly, in all honesty, I've never been a Kirby person. The newest Kirby, I want to play that. But besides that, though, I've never been a Kirby
I'm
person.
sorry.
For me,
all-
I love Kirby as the character, but like his games are kind of hit or miss for me. Now, obviously, I love Superstars, 64.
Superstars
but
the best. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but-
Yep.
yeah,
I
but-
can't say much about Kirby Crystal Shards, but as far as good Kirby
Crystal
games,
Shards is good.
But yeah, no,
Superstar.
like, when,
Kirby Superstar.
but no, when it comes to DS games, the only ones I ever want to play were both Kingdom Hearts games on the DS, which was 350 Days Over 2
And Dream Drop Distance.
and Dream Drop, which
Dream Drop was 3DS though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
still fucking DS.
Still DS.
but it
Still
was
counts.
3D.
Shut. Thank you.
There technically was a second game on the DS, but that was
That was
a
that was
remake.
coded, yeah,
Oh,
or
yeah.
recoded.
Yeah.
I
Recoded.
had
But no one cared
interest-
about that one.
No one cared about it. And but no, like
Huh.
Dream Drop Distance, thank God I was able to get on PlayStation when it was remastered and shit, which was so
And you want to
much
talk
better.
about funny meme DS games that I've still seen in stores now? Let's not keep up. Corey in the House.
Hey,
I still
that is one of the greatest animes of all time, and do not screw with me.
That was a live action show.
That was
Leave.
it was an
Yeah.
anime.
You can leave this
course,
podcast and never
nowadays-
return.
When
Sorry,
Corey,
it can't be called Corey in the House anymore.
I'm sorry, spoiler warning, but when Corey died at the end to sacrifice himself for the country, I shed so many tears. It was such a great.
I'm gonna call it-
and then when they had that like singing montage over it, where he's in the giant
Okay,
mecha, fucking
I'm
amazing.
gonna stop you there.
Stop.
I'm gonna stop you there. First of all, that was fan fiction. The
Oh,
the
yeah.
actual ending is when he went to jail.
Yep. Corey
I
in the
thought
big,
that was the dream ending, though.
and
No,
we
that
call-
was
and
the
now
actual-
instead of
So that-
Corey
so
in
that
the
was
house,
actually
it's
the
called-
canon
No, because the actor's actually in jail.
Yep.
Wait, really?
For
Yeah.
pedophilia.
Diddler.
What?
He's a diddler.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
No
And he-
way.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
You
That,
know
it was
Holy-
like, what, last year, 2 years ago?
Holy
It's
crap,
been
I
within-
complete-
it's been in recent years. He actually
I
was on the
complete-
run for the longest
Like
time.
actually Corey?
Yes.
The
Wow.
actual
The actor who
actor.
played
So, like,
Corey is now in the
Corey's in the jailhouse.
he's in the
Carrie-
big house.
Wow.
He's
That was
joined-
that was a
he's in-
meme for
he's-
like a month.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
I completely missed that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He joins Jared in the big house.
Jared and him and Drake Bell.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, Drake Bell, same thing.
Well, Drake Bell didn't actually go to jail, did he? I know he had a.
You're
No,
right.
but-
I think he is on the list though.
He was kind of like he was thrown into the position accidentally from my
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
He was using his fame. He
Ah,
was using his
okay.
fame. It was
Josh Peck.
now if it was, I know we're highly badgering, but
Yeah.
fucking
Last part before we get
Well,
into
yeah.
the main
But
topic.
now, if it was like, oh, my fan who I'm using my influence on to take advantage of lies to me about their age, okay, I'm willing to give
Oh.
benefit of the doubt.
That's
to
what
a-
I had heard.
to a
but-
degree, but it's like no, he knew the age
Yeah,
for
he
a
knew.
while.
Okay.
Or like even if he found the age last second, he kept going.
Yeah, basically for Drake, life practically imitated art.
Yeah. Anyways, but no. So back to the this or that.
Back to the topic we're on.
PS2 or Xbox?
PS2.
And
PS2, I think everyone's gonna agree on that one, right?
Not, I mean,
Well, I am more nostalgic for the PS2 over the Xbox, but I will, however, agree Xbox
think
had
Xbox
that
has some
more
good
superior
shit.
hardware.
Oh yeah, and better online. if
No,
I
I,
recall.
I used to make the joke that Xbox really became happy because Bill Gates got jealous of Sony.
oh no, straight facts.
Oh yeah, clearly.
No, like I want to say Xbox because when you have big hands, big strong hands like
The
this,
Duke controller.
the original Xbox
The original
controllers
Duke.
were fucking amazing for me because I could fit all my hand
Mm-hmm.
around it and stuff and still be able to play just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it had some good games for
But-
it. I'm not gonna.
But overall, I
won't
had
deny
more games in common on with PS2 than I did
The
Xbox.
PS2
Yeah.
is probably, if I'm being objective, one of the best systems of all time.
I mean,
In terms of
it
like the
is.
scope of the
It's-
games it had, the
And
quality
it
of
only
those games.
just recently got.
I feel like that's
discontinued.
where video games peaked, was the PS2.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
I love Super Nintendo might be my other favorite, but the PS2 is just
I mean,
that
PS2
good.
still holds the record
Yeah.
of best-selling console.
Yeah.
I think,
Right
Right now it does.
I think so. I think the Switch
Switch,
might
the
pass
Switch
it.
is coming up on it. The
Yeah,
Switch is coming, but
very
the PS2
close.
is still there.
All right, now, okay, so PS2.
I got one more point about PS2, if I may.
All right, sure.
It got so crazy, there was actually a rumor that Saddam Hussein himself tried to buy a bunch of them to make a giant supercomputer.
What?
That was a thing. That was a talking. That was big.
I'll need a fact check on that.
That's yeah.
Like,
That
it
that
wasn't
can't be
true.
So,
but
okay, so
for
now
some reason that
PS
was a joke.
now-
That was the thing that came out about it.
Now, PS2 or GameCube?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I love the
GameCube.
GameCube, but I've got to
I'm
give
still
it
going to give it
PS2.
PlayStation. On it.
Okay, so Chris says GameCube. You
I
said
will give
I'm
PlayStation.
gonna see
GameCube
if they-
its- I will give GameCube its points, but I still say PS2 beats it
I
out.
feel like, as somebody that grew up with the GameCube and the PS2, but my grandpa owned the PS2, I would go over to his house and play it. I feel like I have I have a lot of like nostalgic memories going over to my grandpa's house and playing Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 over there.
Okay.
I mean,
But while I had the GameCube as a kid, I feel like as I got older, that I appreciated the PS2 more.
the PS2 was the very first console I ever bought myself.
Oh, really?
So all around, we would say just of that generation, PS2 was far superior.
Obviously,
I think
the
it is.
GameCube had the better hardware, yes, but the PS2
And-
itself had the better games.
And as far as functioning consoles that could take a beating and still hooking,
Yeah.
I'm going to give Nintendo for that.
I mean, I'm going to give N64 specifically that. You can take a sledgehammer to it, it'll still function properly.
Oh yeah, no, I just
After the
remember-
story that we've heard sometime, and remember when I did that video game panel back in Marathon?
Yeah.
Bro, no, okay, literally his memories popped up.
I was trying to prove to Grant that I once had a rainbow mohawk. A picture of one of those panels came up. Where you no, and speaking of how Nintendo consoles can take a look and still work, that just reminds me of an episode of, I think it was either X-Play or Attack of the Show, back when G4 was
God, that was
good.
like 15 years ago.
When Morgan Webb was still a part of it.
Ooh,
basically.
I remember her. Ooh,
Yeah, this was like they had a segment, I think it was Attack of the Show, where there was PlayStation 2, Xbox, and the GameCube, and they did a bunch of these random stress tests with it, where they would like throw it off a ladder or drop it from a height or beat the fuck out of it, and then they would plug it in and then to see if it would still turn on. Guess who won that one?
easily the GameCube.
No, it was
Nintendo 64.
That's what I meant.
Nintendo.
You
Nintendo.
dumb fuck.
Nintendo won that
The GameCube won. The GameCube won.
Nintendo won that one. PlayStation was next, and then Xbox was the first one to die.
Yeah.
And I have a personal story of myself of how Nintendo consoles can take a lick and still work. When I had a Wii, there was a time when back when Brawl was first coming out, and that was a big thing when we were still at Slow.
That's where we met at.
I met you at a Brawl release, yes. Standing 2 hours in the freezing ass cold.
By technicality, I've known Ross the longest, but the funny thing is, I didn't remember that I had met Ross until after Ross reminded me. So I've known him longer than you two even.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
By technicality.
Yeah, by technicality. We didn't really start hanging out until like after I met and started hanging out with you though. So.
Pretty much.
You're welcome.
And I met him through. And I
Funny
met him at
how the
Owens.
chains of friendships happen.
I know, right? It's a small world.
I met him through Owen. That's how I knew Sin here.
Yeah.
And then, by the context, I kind of met Sam while at Owen, but it was at a con.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where he was dressed as Rat Spencer, and I was rude.
Yeah.
And I was, I told you guys how I met Sam, right?
I know how you met Sam.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So,
Replay, I believe it was.
Literally, we were at Replay and we were geeking out about Killer 7, I think, and maybe God Hand at the time for like 20 minutes. And then, like, a year later or whatever, we go to see The Expendables. You invite me because we had just met at the time, right?
Well, we started hanging out.
Started hanging out, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sam's there. Like, halfway through the movie, I was like, holy shit, it's the Killer 7 guy. And I was like, you're the guy I met at Replay, Killer 7. He's like, holy shit, I thought you looked familiar.
I remember it. Like, after the movie was over, he's like, hey, Grant, didn't we talk about Killer 7? You're like, oh my god.
Full disclaimer, I love Killer 7. It's a great game.
Wait, you love Killer 7? I never
Who
would
would've
guessed.
Hey, one of Suda's best games.
It's a masterpiece. If they remake that game with the full script, it would be like beyond masterpiece.
As far as Suda games, I'm still going to have to give it to No More Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
As much as I love No More Heroes, Killer 7 just was like where he reached a point of like the insanity and like creative genius. Like it was that perfect balance.
See, I never want a remake of Killer 7. I just want a good HD port.
Well,
that's all I want.
it's on Steam.
A remaster.
They literally did that for Steam.
I'm talking about for consoles.
I can update.
Yeah, I don't know why they never
remaster
ported
it, if
it,
you
though.
will. A remaster.
Oh yeah, the remaster on Steam is great.
But anyway,
but why they
didn't
didn't?
my Wii story?
Yeah.
This was at Owens. Brawl was at the tight, and I would bring my Wii so we could all play Brawl during between classes, or in some cases I'd skip classes so I could play.
Ah, you bad
Because
boy.
it was a math class and the teacher sucked.
Oh well, I don't.
Fair
blame you.
enough.
I don't blame you then.
The only reason I would go is I'd go for a little bit just so I could actually have it marked that I was actually there.
Right, get your attendance points. I got it.
Yep. But anyway, there was a couple of times because of the way we worked with the Game Boy with the GameCube attachments.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a couple of times plus with the way it fell.
It fell.
It would fall from where I had it sit a couple of times actually.
Yeah. Wow.
And one time when it fell, it stopped. The game thing stopped, and the person who made it knock over felt really bad.
As they
You
should.
should have had a wave.
Well, here's the thing. Even with all that, it would still work. Problem was, one of the GameCube ports you can only use 3 GameCube controllers.
Oh.
Because the third slot, if you plugged a controller into that, it shut down.
Oh, no way!
Faulty system?
Yes.
Oh wow.
It would shut the system off if you did that.
Well, I mean, I've just fallen so
Everything
many
else
times.
was still fine. You just couldn't plug a GameCube controller into the third controller port.
How did that happen?
I don't know how.
This is the first I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
Same here.
That's bizarre.
Just like when I used to have back when the 360 came out, I had a 360 Elite, which I called the Jesus box.
That's great.
And I called it that because...
The water into wine meme?
No. It survived the red ring twice.
Ah, wow.
And it wasn't just like a one light. No, a full 3 light. Because back in the days with the 360, people would think the red ring was a full 4. No, if it get full 4, that was not the bad one. The bad one was if it was
3 of the 4, yeah.
3 of them. That means your system was kaput. Well, not mine. My 360 Elite survived that twice.
Dang. They should call it the Kenny light.
You know, funny enough, you mentioned the red ring. I mean, I actually have experienced that a couple times before with my original Xbox 360. But you want to know what I did to fix the problem? Unplug the power plug it back in, turn it back on. It was fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. But as soon as crap, it's not going to work. I turned it off. I kept the plugs in. I just let it sit for like 24 hours.
So wasn't the reason the red ring happened because they didn't put enough thermal paste in the system?
It depends on which one you had.
Okay.
Because if it was just one light, I think that was a connection issue.
Okay.
2 was something, 4 was something. 3...
3 was
everything
overheating,
brick.
right?
3 was brick. No. That was one way to try and fix it. Because one way that came up with people was called the towel trick. In which
Yeah,
you
I remember
literally
that.
wrap the fucking towel around the damn thing
Yeah.
and let it overheat itself.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, that would probably kill it even more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I didn't own.
And then the
early.
original model of the
It would
PS.
partially reflow the solder.
Reflow the solder. That makes sense. Yep.
Thank you, Sauce Boss.
Thanks, Sauce Boss.
I hope you all heard that.
I said it anyway, just in case.
Also, the supercomputer thing was done by the Navy.
The supercomputer was
PS3s.
that. Yep, I remember hearing they had
Okay,
the Linux built in. I remember.
So it wasn't PS2s, it was PS3.
No, there was
Yeah.
PS2 one. That was the Saddam Hussein rumor.
You know what? They don't need to hear me. I'll just be your guys. I'll get the sauce.
Thanks for the
He is the
sauce,
sauce
boss.
boss. More rice, please.
All right.
Hey, Sauce Boss, I need sauce on this one hentai I watched a couple years ago. It involved a couple elves.
Any idea how little that narrows it down?
I was about to say something like that too. God knows how many hentais there are like that.
Dude, that was one of the best
1,
things.
2, 700.
No,
I don't mean that literal.
One of the best things to come out of Batman Beyond was that.
that is the greatest.
You killed my father. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? The best meme that come out for using that line is, "Who are you? I met you at a con. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?"
No, actually, I have used that to people before when they're like, "I've met you before. Which con? Do you know how little that narrows it down?"
Okay, but anyway, that's enough about the art time. Let's get to the main
Main
topic.
topic for today.
Yes.
First person
Shooter.
S.
Or FPS.
Yes, first person shooter.
We've got a
FPS.
nice selection if you're old and modern.
Got some good games on sale, even though that's third person.
Good game, yeah, yes.
Now, I'll be honest. I have not played a lot of first-person shooters, unlike probably you guys have.
I mean, it's not my genre of
It's
choice.
not my
but
favorite, but easily not my least favorite. I do enjoy these.
I
Oh, yeah,
still say
that's-
my least favorite genre is RTS.
I'm gonna follow with what Grant said. It's not my favorite, but there's definitely more I hate.
Not your-
Yeah,
not your
there's
pre-
some great
not-
genre or games.
Not
in
your
the genre.
preferred genre, but you will play it if the game's good enough.
I would say it's like of all the genres, probably top. I don't know, 20% maybe, give or take.
I'd say the one genre I will purposely stay away from as long as I can is RTS.
RTS was a genre I never got into, but I bet if I played a lot of it, I could probably really enjoy
Yeah,
it.
honestly, RTS is not that bad. I think you would actually enjoy it if you found one that works for
I mean, I played a decent amount of Warcraft 3 back in the day, not like a ton, you know. It's-
Warcraft's more of that's an MMO. I wouldn't.
well,
call
no,
it-
Warcraft
I
3.
wouldn't call that
Not,
Yeah,
you're
he-
thinking World of
it.
Warcraft.
He's talking about before.
I'm talking like literally like pre-Dota, dude.
Okay, fair,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
Dota's not even Dota's not an RTS.
Dota's a
or-
MOBA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dota's basically
But the original Dota came across as a mod for Warcraft 3. So.
Yeah. Anyways.
But anyway.
I'll start this topic off, and I'm going to talk because of Uncle Hank earlier. I'm going to talk about one of the best for FPSs ever, Aliens: Colonial Marines.
Wait! You just said that, and somewhere I hear a walker raging.
Funny enough, he actually messaged me like 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
Now,
Anyways.
if only we had him here, he could tell his Colonial Marine story.
No, so basically, I'm just going to tell this story, and thankfully we have a camera here, so hopefully whoever watches this on YouTube in the fucking future, here you fucking go. This is a fucking treat. You're going to love this. Okay, so Aliens Colonial Marines is an awful fucking game until one random motherfucker fixed it.
Yep.
And, okay, let's talk about why it was awful.
Simple as-
Ross, you tell that first.
Okay. Besides the fact that when it came out, it did the best pop, it did the usual thing of great graphics in the reveal in the trailer, crap looking by the time it came out.
So basically they lied in the advertising stage.
Like most of them do, yeah.
Like most
Sure,
things
yeah.
do.
But
Not
yeah.
as bad as Watch Dogs, but
Watch
still
Dogs
pretty
got
bad.
downgraded so much, I was so disappointed when I got the game.
Yes, but anyway, moving on.
Yes.
It was so bad. They had it basically like an epic battle between the Xenomorphs and the Marines. And the Xenomorphs are going to be the menacing Xenomorphs that they were, like how they were in Alien 3.
Yeah, sure.
Or Aliens, the best one in the entire series. Fight me on that. And I'm sorry, Jennifer Lawrence, you were not the first female action hero. Sigourney Weaver beat the hell out of you.
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
definitely, easily.
Alright, but no.
Anyway, so not only were you not fighting terrifying aliens, because they would be like, Hey, look at me! I'm a terrifying xenomorph. Look at me! I am scary. I have a little mouth and I can spit acid, and we follow a queen.
The fuck?
And that was when they weren't impersonating Michigan J. Frog.
Wait, what?
Thanks to crap. Okay, so the most famous meme to come how buggy is crap the AI was, for at least one, was you could probably still find the video if you really look for it. Was a thing of an alien getting stuck in the corner going like this.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my honey.
Hello, my ragtime gal. Okay.
I love that cartoon
But yeah,
so
that was
much.
how buggy the things were.
Yeah, no, and it's just like, so the aliens were all slow, and they just walked like this cartoonish style.
So instead of being like fast like they were in the movie, they're slow
And
as
that's
nails.
not, not to mention the fact that you're fighting humans and the big continuity error.
Yeah, see, I was fine with the fighting humans thing. It was just like you could make
Because it was Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah, you can make arguments for why the humans are fighting shit.
But then there was the continuity error.
Yeah, a continuity error. But also, it's just like in general, the game really sucked. But then
They found out why it was so bad.
In the last couple years, this one motherfucker, I forget his name, but like
some guy.
Yeah, some guy.
I'll look it up.
He doesn't even work for the company at all in any way, shape, or form.
He just was like, I'm going to look at the source code.
Yeah, he opened up the source code and he changed like one or two.
Like he
characters.
changed something from like a 1 to a 0 or a 0 to a 1. And boom!
Yeah.
Suddenly it was great.
Yeah, suddenly like it's actually a fun game.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Xenos get a lot smarter by fixing one misspelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so one character
character
was changed in the source code, and
boom.
it changed all of that in an instant.
And then it could have been redone, everything. Everyone could have had a great problem with it. But no, Randy Pitchford had to be a dick.
Yeah. So basically, you gotta do your own illegal download for the update to make it good and shit.
It says,
God damn.
Yeah.
looks like Jiggles Bunny was the guy that fixed the code.
Yep,
So
that's
Jiggles Bunny.
Jiggles Bunny.
Wow.
Jiggles Bunny made the aliens go from this to...
Holy crap, you're right. Look at that freaking post.
Right?
Told you.
So it was the basis of a lawsuit that ended with publisher offering a... Huh. Okay, I'm getting off topic here, but...
Yeah.
Off Tropic.
Dude, I would love to go to the tropics right now.
Same.
Fuck this
That would
weather.
be pretty great.
Hey, I don't mind winter weather. I'd actually prefer autumn, winter weather over hot summers.
Give me my spring to summer, please.
Yep.
I'll take spring.
Yeah, I will take
You
that.
can take your March Madness from me.
No, I'll take my March Madness. It's summer. I hate it. I hate it.
Now, you would like it if it was a dry heat. We have to deal with swamp.
Yeah, all the humidity, man. Ugh.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's what I hate.
But
Yeah, let's get back to the topic.
But no, that's essentially it. Just like after this one motherfucker fixed it, it became a better game.
Not like a masterpiece by any means, probably. But
It was functional.
Like,
Sure.
if it was like this from the get-go, a lot of people would be playing it right now.
Yep.
or at least they wouldn't be shitting on it as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. All right, and should we go clockwise or counterclockwise? Yes, we didn't decide. Let's decide that.
Flip coin.
Well, I've got something really quick.
Alright,
so
Well, then we'll move on to you.
So let's just start at the very beginning. So in the beginning,
Thousands of years ago.
31 years ago to be exact.
Actually, no, the beginning was like 31 billion years ago.
Just shut the fuck up and let me talk. 31 years ago, Wolfenstein 3D came out in
Good old
92 there. So that was last year. This year, Doom celebrates its 30th anniversary.
Happy anniversary to Doom.
Yes.
We're probably gonna get a copyright strike, but I'll take it.
Nah, it's cool about it.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot it's not Nintendo. Or Disney.
Well,
Or Disney.
technically, I don't think, no, it's Bethesda now, but it was started
Yeah.
by it.
But anyway, yeah. Big fan of Doom. I'll admit, I didn't play a ton of Wolfenstein 3D. I played a little bit.
Okay.
But Doom, obviously, everyone loves Doom.
Yeah.
Man,
Because,
Doom is
okay.
old enough for its own midlife crisis.
It is.
yes, Doom is almost as old as me.
Doom is old enough to have its own joint pain.
So Doom is actually just a fun story. Doom was the first M-rated game I ever played. And the reason why is
It was so simple.
Well, let me explain. So my mom, she never knew this, but she brought me home like a like a disc from the library that had a bunch of games on it, thinking this is all like fun freeware games a kid can play. Nope, Doom was on there. I was like 6 or 7 or something, and I was playing Doom, and like I vaguely remember like walking around in the corridor, like it's burned into my mind.
Yeah.
So that was the first M-rated game I ever played.
That is awesome.
That was a
I
good
bet
game.
that changed a lot of things for you.
This is probably why I'm screwed up.
Hey, Doom was one of the first violent games I can remember playing. Can't remember how. I just remember it. And yeah, and the premise is so simple. You're Marine on Mars shooting demons from hell.
And I probably didn't even beat the first level since I was like 6 or 7. I just remember it like very vividly.
And, I'm pretty sure it was that game that gave Sam his love for the shotgun.
Oh, probably actually.
I don't think Sam got into Doom until later in life.
Either way.
Sad for me, I've never played Doom ever.
What? You never played Doom?
Not yet.
We got to play that on a stream then sometime.
Yeah, we're going to have to play it.
There's a bunch of games we got to play.
I own all the Doom games on Steam, so we can play it.
I have 2016 and Eternal, so we can
Oh,
play
yeah,
that too.
I've got all the Dooms. I'm not kidding. I have every single Doom on Steam. We can play them.
Thankfully, I'm glad you shut the fuck up. Thankfully, since me and you, Joe, finished God of War a few months ago and everything, we can now get to other games on the list.
There you go.
We're gonna see what it can't. But I might have a couple other games on the plate, and since we got a few upcoming titles that I might have to work with.
You gotta finish your stuff a month.
That is true.
Yeah.
But hey, we got time. We got time.
But
Definitely.
before we move on to the next game, I got some fun facts with the Fat Man.
About Doom?
Doom and Wolfenstein. Actually.
All right, let's hear it.
What we got?
So some good fun Dooms. We didn't mention it in our cheat codes episode, but there was a couple of good cheats. For
All
it.
right, I'm
Basically gave you God mode.
God mode is
the old God mode.
Which another fun fact about using God mode, that actually worked in another game called Heretic, which is basically
that was also an id game, right?
I believe yes, which is basically like a medieval fantasy version of Doom. However, if you use that code in Heretic, that game would fuck with you.
What?
How would it?
Basically, you couldn't do shit.
Literally, you can't do anything?
Yeah. Like, it would basically make you your weapons wouldn't do shit. And
So it would de-God mode you, basically.
pretty much, it would fuck you over.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? That makes sense. The game's literally called Heretic.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
also and then fun facts about good old Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein,
yes.
I wish Matt was here for that.
I don't.
No, we don't need him. Like, if you actually played the original PC version, and then it was actually on Super Nintendo, however Nintendo censored it. Because if you actually paid attention, in the original PC version, they actually had the symbol, the swastika.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to Nintendo, however,
Of course they're going to take that out, yeah.
which, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, back in Nintendo's early days.
Yes, and then it was even funnier what soldiers would say in Wolfenstein whenever you killed them.
Which was, what was
My
it?
David! Which is just basically saying, my life!
Yeah, you gotta love those weird screams.
Another one,
and Wolfenstein had one of the best final bosses.
the Mecha
Hitler.
Yep. I was
Mecha
going to say,
Hitler.
speaking of Wolfenstein and Doom, in Doom 2 there is, I think, 2 Wolfenstein levels you can play? I think
Something
there's
like
2.
that.
There's at least one. I think there
And
was
then,
2.
if you're really good and have some kind of mod in the second one, when you're fighting the Icon of Sin, you actually see what controls it.
Wait, how'd you find out about my icon?
The Icon of Sin.
I see what you did there.
I see what you're doing there. I get you.
Really?
But yeah, no, if you actually... Because the only way to beat it in the original was to take an elevator and shoot a rocket launcher into his head.
Right.
Well, thanks to some people knowing how to do things, you can jump into the head.
No clip and all that.
Yeah. And guess what was behind it?
John Romero.
John Romero's head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, if you saw the recent AVGN episode that came out a handful of months ago there,
He got John Romero to do the voice of the
which
Icon.
is kind of awesome.
Which is actually awesome.
That's really sweet, actually.
Yeah.
Now, can we talk about how both Doom and Wolfenstein paved a good way for first-person shooters?
Oh, yeah. It's really...
If it wasn't for them,
they
it
were
wouldn't
the
be
first.
the same. Yep.
They were the
Yeah.
first. Which gave birth to the awesome 2016 Dooms.
Yeah.
Wait, no, weren't there some before them?
Those are pretty much the
I mean,
first
there was
two.
ports of Dooms.
No.
Of all the systems. In fact,
Well, no,
That's
he's talking about like a first-person shooter before.
Hey, Sauce Boss, can I get a sauce on what's the first FPS game ever made?
You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's Wolfenstein, but I could be
Wolfenstein or Doom.
Yeah.
wrong. Doom was the second, or
No.
at least after Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then I've just recently been playing I just started Doom Eternal. It's my first time. Played the 2016 to it.
Yep.
Almost 100% of it. But I stopped it because the game doesn't. Because And the new one, after the first level, and each level has like a certain number of challenges you can do.
Oh yeah, some of those challenges get nuts. To say the least.
One of them, in the one level that keeps fucking me over from getting the trophy for it, is take out 8 demons in one shot.
Oh god, yeah.
Well, there's an easy way to do that. Yes.
While you may think Doom had a good impact on the industry, which it truly did, the first-person shooter was Maze War.
Maze
Came
War?
out in
Maze War.
1973.
Well, how about
Wait,
that?
what?
Steve Colley, Greg Thompson, and Howard Palmer, all on IMLAC PDS-1s at NASA Ames Research Center in California.
Yeah.
It was eventually developed and innovated upon until it was released on DOS in 1992.
Good old DOS.
Huh.
Thank you, Sauce Boss.
The first
More rice, please.
Rice!
Yes.
Yeah.
Very crazy. I did
How about
not know about that.
I knew.
And now we know things.
You see, now Doom and Wolfenstein definitely paved the way for it.
Oh, no, they innovated it.
Yeah, this one.
What that one started, Doom and Wolfenstein perfect.
Right. Or at least got it to like the mainstream and
Yes.
made it so that anyone can enjoy
It was also like the first couple of games that, depending on what difficulty you used, it actually insulted you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Whoa. There was
Well, it was like, the difficulty names. Like, easy, normal. No, they had like, I know in, like,
what was it in Wolfenstein? They had
Don't
baby
Hurt Me,
mode.
Daddy.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Don't Hurt Me, Daddy.
Don't hurt me, Daddy.
And especially on the modern day Wolfensteins, like New Order, like not only did they have that, but like BJ's face would change. Like
To a baby in like a.
They literally
bib,
had
right?
a baby in a bonnet and a
I saw that.
on a pacifier.
Pretty funny.
It's funny as fuck.
Yes, like Herbie. The one I'm playing it on, just because Doom by itself, if you try to play it on anything other than medium, you're gonna have a hard time.
So some people like the masochism.
Some people get into
Yeah.
that, and by get into that, I mean they get sexually off on it.
Get
Yeah.
the fuck out. No, that's not even a jar. That's get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's like get the fuck out with the Jar Jar.
fair enough.
Get the fuck out of here!
Wait. That's just a happy display.
It sickens me.
Get the fuck out! Good old hell of a boss.
Yes.
Just tips. Just the tips.
Tips. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, moving on.
Moving on.
Moving
Okay.
on. So speaking of Doom, there was a lot of good Doom clones and heavily inspired ripoffs. I think one of them should be one of our favorite serials of all time.
I mean,
Based tie-in games.
if you want to go back to me, I guess we could.
Well, I mean, technically,
But-
we had a Doom ripoff before that one.
Yes, we did.
Super
actually.
Noah's Ark 3D.
Oh,
That was like an official
That was a-
ROM hack, basically.
No.
Because literally, you stuck a Super Nintendo cartridge of Doom onto that
No.
thing.
It was thanks to James Rolfe. In his Bible Games episode. It was it was its own separate cartridge.
Yeah.
But with the way that SNES worked out, if you tried to play a non-official, it had a lockout thing on it.
Yeah.
So what you had to do was basically insert. You had to put that game. You had to put a Super Nintendo game on top of that one, and then put it in the system. And somehow it overrode that chip.
So
and
it
you
didn't
could
have
play.
to be just Doom. Okay. Which makes
no.
sense, because like, who would buy Doom for their kid and then
Yeah.
be like, well, here's Doom and
and
this
it was
game.
literally basically Doom / Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
But instead of a gun, it was a slingshot, and you were shooting for the
Oh, that's
goats.
right. It was a Wolfenstein clone, not a
Same.
Doom clone.
Same thing.
It really is the same thing.
Yeah,
back then.
Doom was a lot faster paced and a better
I
designed
mean,
game.
yes, but it's still.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you were Noah shooting goats with slingshots.
I've played it before. It's okay.
dumb.
It's dumb. It's okay. It really isn't that bad of a game.
But that's an aside.
I want cereal.
well,
Kind
speaking
cereal.
of speaking of
Should
What
we
cereal,
kind of cereal?
I was thinking about going on a quest for some checks.
Would you say you would go on the
Chex
Chex
Quest,
Quest?
huh?
Yeah.
oh, I think there's a game just for you.
I think I remember back in the days, good old box of Chex came with a game.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Like. Okay. So.
5 exciting Doom-filled or
Okay.
Chex-filled levels.
So if you want to feel old right now, I'm gonna make you feel so old.
That's
If you-
me.
I think I just felt my hip.
Aren't we old enough as it is?
No. Okay.
Oh, my
so-
muscles in my back.
But if you want to click on the
So back in the 90s, my boys and goyles.
Back in the day.
Goyles.
Back in the 90s and like early 2000s, Chex released in their cereal a CD that came in every fucking box, literally called Chex Quest.
Yes.
And literally it was like the best Doom and like Wolfenstein knockoff you could ask
It was
for.
probably the best free pack-in on any cereal ever.
I had like
Best
10
random shovelware ripoff game you could find.
It's not even shovelware. That was a fucking good game.
I literally had 10 CDs of this game, and it runs so perfectly. It was so fun to play.
Yeah.
And after this, we're going to Ross, by the way, for games. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I can see you really loved your checks back then.
No, I mean,
How do you blame him? Chex is damn good.
I also love Fruity Pebbles and like Cocoa Pebbles and all that.
That's
it was
a time-
just Chex.
We should do like a cereal testing episode one day.
It's literally on the list.
I know.
It's literally on the list. That's what we're doing next week. You dumb
Praise,
fuck.
praise the
Listen,
Craig.
That's
Praise
what
the
I'm trying to
Crave.
do.
Will you follow? Yes, praise the Crave.
Praise the Crave.
Will you not follow my schedule? I make this schedule for a reason. You're like, oh, what are you doing? Read the fucking schedule, you dumb
You're the one that
motherfucker.
said you didn't know what to
I got it.
And Jar. Are done.
But
Anyway, moving
Badger.
we might have to go slightly extended, Badger. Hate to say this, some of those cereals you mentioned, never touched.
Oh yeah, no,
That's fine.
we'll change that. We'll
We'll
change
change
that.
that.
We're definitely
You see, next
changing
week
that
when we
stuff.
start eating cereal, you'll try a lot of new things.
Yes.
I hope you like them.
Dear God, help me!
But by the way, for anyone wondering, we as if you've been paying attention to our YouTube page, we have recently started doing try all videos,
Yes.
and the next one we're starting is trying every fucking cereal we can.
Or at least a good number. We haven't decided on the full number
Well, we
yet.
can
but
like-
Well,
Whatever's in the store, we're grabbing a box of fucking everything.
well, obviously we can't do like everything in one go.
no,
Yes,
no.
correct.
It have to be like
Yeah.
15,
Yeah, no,
20,
it's-
something like that.
Yeah, no, we're doing like 5 cereals a day, essentially, is what we're gonna do, but like, it's gonna be one big fucking YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Anyway, so Ross, do you have a game you want to talk about for FPS?
Oh, I do it. Playing. Where do we
Ooh,
go?
I see one that came around the same
Well,
time.
you know
I think
what?
you're touching.
Oh, that's yeah. You know what? Since we're talking about Doom around the same time. Good old Duke Nukem. Hail to the king, baby.
Oh.
Hail to the king.
Hail to the king.
Kick ass and shoot.
Bubblegum.
And I'm all out of
Bubblegum.
gum.
Actually, he doesn't say bubblegum in the game. That was only in
They Live.
right? Yeah.
Said by the-
Except it was the other way around. It was
No,
like it's
okay.
trying to.
The actual line.
Yeah.
I actually seen They Live, and I know who said it because may he rest in peace, Roddy Piper.
Rest or rip.
All right,
Press F in the chat,
Press F in the
boys.
chat for Roddy Piper, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the actual quote is. I mean, this completely came out of random, especially unless you know the context of the movie They Live. This sounds completely random because he just walks into a bank, loaded up, and he just says, "I have come here to kick ass and chew a bubblegum." And I'm all
No, it was the other way. It
bubblegum.
was chew bubblegum and kick ass. Duke
Either-
Nukem reversed it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yep. Duke Nukem just reversed it and took
Yeah.
out the bubble part.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, basically, like, Duke Nukem is the one that he
Duke
could stay
Nukem-
in his time period.
Here's the thing. Duke Nukem, in my opinion, was the Megadeth to Doom's Metallica. Not 80s Metallica, mind you. Like, they're
I'll
both
give-
really
I'll give you
fucking
that.
good. Like, both
I'll-
games are great.
I would say his Motorhead did Metallica.
Yeah, maybe, no.
I'm gonna go with Motorhead.
You think, no, I don't think so.
Bro, fucking it's Motorhead.
Motorhead was like,
Even though I can say Lemmy is better than anything Metallica's ever done.
Yeah.
that's a bold, I mean, Ride the Lightning was an
Lightning,
amazing.
Master Puppets is alright.
Those are two phenomenal albums. You can say
Ace
what
of
you will
Spades.
about Ace of Spades is, fucking great.
Hell.
I know.
Motorhead is so awesome. They have done at least 3 different theme songs for Triple H in wrestling.
Really? Well, that's
Yes.
interesting.
Time to play the game.
I have a good story for one of my friends. I'm not going to mention who it is on stream. He knows who he is. Hi, you.
Make up a name.
But we'll call him Billy-
Jeffers.
We'll call him Big
Jeffers.
Boy. Jeffers. Sure. We'll call him Jeffers. So
Jeffers.
so it was me,
This is for you,
Jeffers.
Jeffers.
It was me, Jeffers, and Jolly Good Jilly over at. We went to a bar, and Lemmy, as you probably already knew, loved Jack and Cokes, right? Yeah. so
Loved is an understatement.
yeah, but so he goes up to, and they're saying like, oh, maybe we should rename Jack and Cokes to Lemmys. Okay, so what were we calling the friend?
Jeffers.
Jeffers. So Jeffers goes up to this poor innocent bartender girl, and he's just like, "Can I have a Lemmy?" And she's like, "What now?" And he's like, "A Lemmy!" And then like me and Jolly whatever, like I called
Totally
my
sounds
second.
like
Jolly
Jeffers.
Green Giant.
Yeah, well,
That
yeah.
totally sounds like
me and
something
Jolly,
Jeffers would do.
me and Jolly Good Giant look over and we're like, "What are you doing, Jeffers? What is a Lemmy?" He's like, "A Lemmy, like a rum and Coke or a Jack and Coke." And I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Just say Jack and Coke. People know what a Jack and Coke is."
Not many people know what Lemmy is.
Yeah, most
Not many
people don't
know
even
who Lemmy is.
Right. I mean, if you said Motorhead, a lot more people would know.
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah, but even then, Motorhead's not like, like Mario or...
Now, and if we're going to talk about crazy, awesome rock stars,
Yeah.
Lemmy, this man.
Lemmy was a god amongst men.
Yes. Truly gave no fucks. Lemmy was a man of no fucks.
Right.
So this man, even while riddled with cancers, smoked cigarettes and performed till the day he croaked.
He was definitely from a different
Man,
generation.
this is such a fucking badger.
It really is, but
So back to what I was talking about, Duke Nukem.
Okay, so Duke Nukem, I got something to say about that.
Yeah, what's that?
It's an unpopular opinion. Duke Nukem Forever was not that fucking bad.
It really was.
It was mediocre.
It was so
It's
overhated.
Everyone, people hyped it up as if Duke Nukem is like the most sophisticated FPS you could ever fucking play. No one can tell me they didn't.
Everyone was just excited because it was
Finally
after
happened.
literally almost
After
15
12 years
Yeah.
of development hell,
Right.
And it's just like they were expecting like some golden goose drop off like S tier, God tier
It was
bullshit. And it's just
mediocre.
like, no, it's just a fun turn your brain off, shoot things game.
it wasn't anything special.
When I finally played it, I was because I didn't get to play it initially because everyone's just shitting on it. And I couldn't find a copy to save my life. Even though everyone's shitting on it, I couldn't find a copy to save my life. So when I finally did get to play it, I'm like, oh my god, this is the most hilarious fucking opening ever.
It was a funny opening.
When you have to draw out the battle plan, the guy's like, wow, that's so fucking smart. I don't fucking get it. That's so fucking smart.
I like the part where you could take a turd out of the toilet and throw it.
There was an achievement
I must
for
have been
that.
later for that one because I only played a little bit of that in the beginning.
No, there was a part where you're actually slapping alien titties.
No, okay.
And then the mini Duke was pretty funny, I thought.
Okay, now, I hate gatekeeping. I never want gatekeep.
Right.
But this is one of those times I did want gatekeep because you could tell how fake this person was. Literally, when you got to like strippers and alien titties in the game, this person I know was hating on the game, being like, "How could they put that in?" I'm like,
"Motherfucker,
have you never played a single game?" Duke
Nukem 3D on the PC.
Go ahead.
Yep.
There was literally a point where you're in a strip club, and you could there was a point where you had a hand with money in it that you could hand off.
And then you could kill the strippers and fight aliens too.
Yeah, some of them were the pigs.
Yep.
But
Pigs.
as far as the gameplay is like, it's like cool. Granted, Duke Nukem is definitely very dated.
Oh yeah,
does not belong in a modern day society.
No, I would gladly play another Duke Nukem game because I know what to expect.
Duke Nukem Fever when
Duke Nukem knows what it is and does not try to strafe it.
Yeah.
But what gives a good life to it is the man behind the voice.
Yes.
Good old John St. John.
Big the Cat.
Yes, he's also
Big the Cat in all seriousness.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Foggy? Let's see my Foggy. Hey, that dude no come, he got my Foggy. My Foggy back.
But I'll tell you, great voice actor, but I can tell you, as a person, best, coolest celebrity, famous person you'll ever have.
I'm the only one here who's not met him.
Best person to smoke with.
And or drink with.
Yeah. Oh,
because that's literally what we were doing when I first met him. You'd known him beforehand. A little bit.
No, that was the first time I met him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
this is a Badger moment. Me and Ross.
Relevant story.
Me and Ross will make this as quick as fucking possible.
Do it.
So once upon a time, there was this convention called Midwest Media Expo, and me, Ross, Jeremy, were you there with us, Chris?
He was not.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. No. So me,
we were
Ross,
gonna have Sam, but he was going through a bad. That was when he was having a.
That was when that was just some personal shit. Anyways,
Sam had personal happenings.
Sam had personal shit and work. So either way.
Plus, there was also the point where he hated driving on highways.
Well, I mean, like we could.
You're badgering on the Badger.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
No, there's a reason we mentioned why Sam was going through. Why Sam was.
Yeah. Anyways, so the reason we were going to Midwest Media Expo was because.
One, it was fun times.
One was we were invited to a panel or whatever.
Something like that.
And the other was also, hey, we could meet Duke Nukem while we're there.
And we could have met Rob Paulson.
Yeah, because he was on the guest list and shit.
He's always the voice for Claptrap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then days before, the week of the con,
the venue fucked up.
The venue fucked up, and the event was canceled.
Yep.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
But brave soul.
So the reason super quick, any convention always has a contract with whatever hotel or convention center it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the hotel that usually does Midwest Singing Expo went under new management.
Oh.
So the contract went null and void, and they didn't tell them until the week of the convention.
Yeah, that's freaking stupid.
And it's like, wow, we wasted all this money getting all this shit here. We paid you all this money, and they're like, and so on. So then one brave motherfucker took all of his life savings or whatever the fuck it was. He was one of the vendors. And was like, I'm making something happen.
Yeah.
So he picked another hotel somewhere the fuck elsewhere, which wasn't far away. It was like, what, an hour drive?
Something like that.
Yeah, an hour drive, give or take. And instead of it being Midwest Singing Expo, it was called NotCon because it was not a con.
It mostly took place in like a really shitty hotel lobby.
It was obviously thrown at last minute, but it did it the best.
It was last minute, but it worked perfectly.
Very respectable effort, basically.
Very. And it's like, I commend that motherfucker.
Yes.
And so we got to meet John St. John.
Yeah.
And then we got drunk and high with John St. John.
but before we got drunk,
yes,
we were talking with him. This is how cool of a dude this is. We were using a Voxer to talk with each other at the time.
For anyone that doesn't know, Voxer is a walkie-talkie app on your phones.
Yes. And because at this time we had Sam on it.
Yep.
And at the time at first we had him send a message to Sam over Voxer in the Duke voice.
Yep.
Basically making fun of him.
And calling him a pussy.
He literally said, because he didn't know what's this about not driving on the highway? Pussy, grow a pair. Sam's response? Touche.
He's like, I got called a pussy by the motherfucking Duke. That's a badge of honor.
But here's the best part about
I then became Sam's favorite fucking promotional thing ever. I had Duke Nukem sign my chest to Sam. Love the Duke. Like, it was all across my chest in big
and I had him
silver
sign my
letters.
gut?
Yeah, he signed Ross's gut. And so then
I remember that. I forgot completely all about that.
No, we even have a picture of this shit. When Sam saw me, the next fucking day, he ran to me and kissed my chest and everything. I made sure not to shower to keep this shit on.
It gets even crazier. After a while, once the sun came down, he was basically buying people shots of tequila.
This must have been after I left.
This was at NotCon still.
Yeah.
You weren't.
Actually, no. I had to leave that, Sarah.
You weren't with us that day.
Yeah.
You weren't with us. We were in Farmington. This is the same spot we.
Well, I showed up for NotCon one day, and I had to leave later.
Oh, well,
but it was
the next
one day. Okay.
But anyway, this is also the same area where we discovered that awesome hookah lounge.
Oh yeah, it was such a good place.
It was.
We'll have to go back one day.
And a cool, fun zone place where I go-karted.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is because John is awesome. He's like he is like a person who doesn't treat his fans as fans. He treats them like actual people and friends. That's how he views it. That's how awesome.
Which is very rare.
It is.
You could actually go up to him and ask him a personal question.
Yeah.
Like, hey, my life sucks because of such and such. What should I do? And he'll actually give you legit advice.
Because when we told him what Sam was going through at the time, he sent him a good encouraging word. As Duke as well.
Right. And when the personal thing that happened with Sam got to the worst point ever, he gave him some more words of encouragement. I was like, damn, you couldn't ask for better shit than that.
Right.
Hell, you weren't around, but when Sam was going through his therapy.
Oh no, I know all about that. I know all about that.
I was because there was the one he was having a bad time. I was calling out with him, and John St. John was still in the lobby of the Crown partying. And Sam's going up. He's like, "Hey, John, I'm going through this stuff." And he's like, "What should I do?" John literally grabs Sam by the collar and says, "Leave the fucking bitch." I'm paraphrasing exactly what he said, but he pretty much said, "Fucking leave her."
Yep. Leave her, Johnny. Leave her.
Yep. But also at that same time, while we were drunk, then we were out. We were in the bar drinking.
Yeah.
We're all pretty drunk.
Well, everyone but me.
For obvious reasons.
Right.
But then we go out to the parking lot, and John has a little. When we start smoking.
Yeah.
Well, and then at one point, John falls. He is on the sidewalk.
Like he was face flat or something?
No, he wasn't face flat.
He didn't actually fall. He might as well have.
He
stumbled. He was out.
Yeah.
He was out of it.
So me and Ross had to pick him up.
We literally picked him up. You pull my hand, pick him up, and basically he had to use us as crutches as we walked him back into the door.
You guys were you guys literally helped.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys literally helped Duke Nukem.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Another fun time.
This is the
we had-
first time I'm hearing this part.
No,
This
I
is
didn't
not
hear
the
that
first
either.
time. I know for a fact we told you this
We've told you
before.
this.
No, I
That
don't
was-
remember it, honestly.
No, another
ever,
good time we
at
had
all.
with this man was the time he gave Sam the best wake-up call ever. This was
Oh
in
yeah.
Belmont.
Okay. So man, we really off track Badger, but okay.
Keep going. I want to hear more of this shit.
Honestly, no, these are very good Badgers to
These
go
are
on.
good
Yeah.
Badgers.
And they're relevant.
They're vaguely. They're like.
They're
third degree
only relevant because of one game we're talking about.
True,
Okay.
but
No,
still
so-
good Badgers to go on.
So this is the last story, and we're going
Yes.
back to the topic, and we'll go to Chris. Okay.
Yes.
So this was Youmacon so many years ago.
One of the last couple ones we went to.
One of the last couple ones we went to, yeah. And our friend Sam. So he was having a bad weekend for other reasons, and a slightly bad reason because of one of our roommates over pure misunderstandings.
Yeah.
To clarify, pure misunderstandings. He's even confirmed that and whatnot. And
Some nonsense happened.
yeah, no, and some nonsense happened. And anyway, so I'm going downstairs because I gotta do photo shoots because I was doing photography at the time. And I run...
By pure luck.
By pure luck, I run into John St. John because he's in our fucking hotel.
Literally
our
down the
hotel.
hall from where our rooms were. He was literally like across the hall from us.
Yeah, no, we find out at the end of the con that he was actually in the room like 3 doors down from us.
Yes.
Oh, I love that band.
I did not want to make the joke because I know you would jar me.
No, I wouldn't jar you for that. That's
Okay.
that's a fair
You
thing.
would-
All right.
Now, if you start singing Kryptonite or something, okay, then I jar you. But no, so John St. John was actually 3 doors down from us, which was pretty fucking cool, but we didn't know that till the end.
Yep.
But anyways, so I run into him at the elevator, and I'm like, John, could you come into my room real quick and give my friend a wake-up call and help him feel better because his weekend kind of sucks right now? So, me, John, and his helper...
I think it was Jonesy at the time. Oh, no, it wasn't Jones. It was the other guy.
No, it was like a woman, I think.
It wasn't Bernita.
There was some woman.
I don't know. What?
They're in the photo. I know
Yeah.
that. So, the Duke fucking walks the fuck in. Everyone's like kind of...
We're all up and around. Sam's still asleep.
Yeah, Sam's still asleep. There's a
Because
few
that
other...
motherfucker could slip to an earthquake.
There's a few people trying to sleep, and then the rest of us are like up and shit.
Up and some of us are changing.
And he just like goes to Sam and is like, "Wake the fuck up, motherfucker, or whatnot, you fucking pussy." And then
Sam's
Sam without hesitation is like, "The Duke!"
No,
I wish I would have seen that one on
Sam was
from
straight
my.
up dead the fuck asleep. He hears that, and then he might as well just had Jesus come in and wake his ass up. That's how quick this man got up.
And we took a good like selfie or two in the room and shit. And then
It was awesome.
Then Duke had to run and go do con
do-
shit
do
or whatever.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the moment he walks out of the room, Sam's like, "Okay."
Really? You gotta be kidding me!
No hesitation.
No.
No fucking hesitation.
He's like, whoop. Sam was also, he sleeps so crazily. He almost caught a hotel room on fire.
Oh
God.
Well, that'll be.
I feel like we're
We'll tell you the story
That's
after
another
we're done
day.
here.
That's another day.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the story
So,
we tell after this.
overall, Duke Nukem and the Duke.
If you have the good
good
chance
shit.
to meet John St. John in person, you will not regret a damn thing. Because they, oh,
If you ever can go not con at sea. I plan to go sometime.
Yes.
And I kind of wish I wasn't rushing to leave the room earlier because I would have seen that with my own eyes.
Probably. Anyway, okay, so now
you
we're.
probably were off going to get autographs.
I was.
Yeah, no, it's
Because I remember later that day, I actually did get a picture with him and his daughters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, Chris, what's the FPS you played?
Well, as y'all know, I'm a good Metroid fan.
What's wrong with that?
Normally it's a side-scroller game, but
Metroid.
GameCube.
starting on the GameCube, we got the first-person game at Metroid Prime.
one of the best games ever made, I see.
Hell yeah!
yeah.
I'll be honest. I was very hesitant to actually try this game because
It was such a weird concept for the time.
Yeah,
Like, it made Wind Waker look tame in comparison, because at least
Yeah.
Wind Waker was the same genre still.
They kind of switched it up though, so it's
'Cause
kind of
we all know that
if you weren't used
feeling-
to it.
Yeah, for sure.
we all know that feeling where a game is. We know a game in one direction, but when it switches to a entirely different direction, it's like
Yep.
you don't know if you want to try it or not.
Right.
It kind of knocks you out of the loop there.
Complete different perspective, you know.
Yeah. But one time, Mom and I were in Blockbuster. I rented one time just to
Good
say,
old
okay, I'll
Blockbuster.
try it and see how it is. Oh my god, this game is better than I thought it is.
It's outside of Super Metroid and maybe Metroid Dread. The top 3 Metroids easily are those
Yeah,
3.
I'll give you that. There's a DS copy. I know this one Metroid game you don't have in that spot.
What game?
The one that was
Cough, cough, other M, cough, cough.
Technically, that's not a first-person shooter.
Well,
Kind of is.
Even it just has an element of first-person
yeah,
shooter.
you can go
in
into
it.
first-person shoot
Yeah.
the missile.
But it's not full first-person, so it's
Depending on
not.
who you
So that
ask,
doesn't
probably
count
the
for
most
me.
hated Metroid game of the series.
Easily the worst. Easily the worst.
I do have Other M, but that's not first-person.
Gameplay not bad.
I
They did to Samus.
Hold on. Okay, so I noticed we're starting to talk a little bit over each other a bit right now.
Yeah,
Now,
fair enough.
now I haven't played many Metroid games, and by many I mean I've only ever played like one.
Okay.
So for Other M, what the fuck was wrong with that shit? It was like the story.
2 hours of unskippable cutscenes that were not very interesting. The gameplay was kind of basic. You were locked out. Like literally, you were told you can't use your upgrades.
Like you had all your good weapons from the start, but because of the way they made Samus's character, because you know how Samus
Also
also badass and everything. No, this one she basically like.
Also extremely linear, which kind of
weapons, please.
Yeah, it was extremely linear as well, which kind of went against the semi-non-linear nature of the other games.
Yeah.
So literally, it was supposed to be like a cinematic experience, and it didn't really work.
And then they basically make her like lightning and shit.
They made it worse than Lightning.
No, Lightning was at least badass.
Okay.
Samus
Lightning had a bad.
They tried to make her human, and Samus is meant to be like a very, in my opinion, a very stoic, like badass female. Like it's a strong female.
They turned her into a sniveling wimp.
Yeah, basically.
Like, she would literally not do a dang thing unless this one character said she
Adam,
could.
yeah. So I understand they established Adam as a character in Metroid Fusion, but still, it's like
that's pretty.
And then they had like a side plot that they didn't finish off.
Okay, Chris, what else you got to say about these games?
Well, unfortunately, I have not even finished 3 or the DS game Metroid Prime Hunters, but I feel I should, however, before Metroid 4 gets its official debut trailer.
One of these
Something
years.
tells me that I do need to do that.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Probably
fair.
wouldn't hurt. So
Yeah,
all right.
I'm not 100% about it, but supposedly I've heard in a video that one of the guys in Metroid Prime Hunters may be making a comeback.
what is it, Silex? I think.
I don't know.
If I remember
I don't even remember the names of the characters in Hunters, nor in 3.
I haven't played Hunter since it came out.
If we have a question about people in Hunters, should we ask a certain somebody? Did we ask them?
I'd say, if you would say, hey, I should play Metroid Prime Hunters before 4 comes out, you better be telling me this shit.
Alright, what I was going to say if we could.
But if this game could get somehow an HD port on the Switch, I would love that.
Yep.
It was great as a multiplayer game. I actually had a couple friends in high school that we would play that on
like
the
Federation Force?
No. We don't talk about Federation Force.
What is this we're talking about?
So obviously
Or Zero Mission?
So as you can see on the DS cover there is the Wi-Fi symbol. So yes, there was a multiplayer mode that was enabled at the time. So that was a lot of fun on the DS there.
And then, alright, I think we should move on. But before we do, I'm going to do some fun facts.
Hey,
Fun
fun
facts with the Fat Man.
Fun facts with the Fat Man!
Yeah.
I'm never allowed to do that again.
Hey, Fat Man, twist yourself a little bit to be shown better on camera.
You're blocking poor Chris out.
Sorry.
He does that all the time.
Chris,
It
I think
happens.
maybe you want to scoot closer to me.
It probably wouldn't hurt.
Why not?
But anyway, very first one. But the fun fact, most people didn't know Samus was a female at the time.
Yes.
They didn't say anything.
Right.
You only found that out in the very first one, at the end.
As long as you didn't suck.
If you beat the game in like a few hours, yeah.
If you, like the shorter amount of time it took you to beat the game, the more Samus it revealed. If you beat it within like 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it was like 30 minutes. You got like basically a string bikini.
Pretty much. That's how people knew she was a female.
Different times, man. Different times.
And then they started getting more elaborate with other games later on. It's like, not only do you got to worry about time, you also got to worry about your completion rate, too.
Yep.
Percentage and all
Especially
that.
with Super Metroid. Probably one of the better ones.
Easily the best, yes.
As far as we're going side scrollers.
Right, yeah.
Prime is in a genre all of its own.
Yeah. I still prefer Super over Prime, even though I love Prime.
I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Metroid's just some good stuff, man.
Yeah. Metroid's probably one of the most consistently good game franchises of all time.
Like, the reason the term Metroid really exists.
Yeah. That and Symphony of the Night, basically.
Yep.
Man, I feel like we've talked about that before somewhere. Where have I
Oh,
heard that?
yeah.
Man, it
feels like
sounds
it
like
was
so long ago or something.
I know.
Thousands of years ago. But for now that I've given that 5 fun facts, let's move on. Who's got I talk, Chris? I think it goes back to you, sir.
Okay, so
I believe so in the way we've gone this way.
Alright, okay, so I'm gonna talk about a game that kind of turned me off from FPS for a while.
Okay.
be like, it made me think like maybe I don't like FPS like much at all, other than like Doom and Duke Nukem from back in the day and shit.
Okay.
And the reason I got this game was because I was trying to play with this one girl and get to know her and shit.
Of course.
I mean,
It's a decent motivation.
I can't fault you, but I will.
I'll tease you, but I won't fault
Oh
you.
no, because like you can tease me, but it's like we've all done this here and there.
That's fair.
At some point. No, like so this girl, she was like, I was like, wow, a gamer girl. This is before all the gatekeeping bullshit.
All the awooga bullshit.
Yeah, it was just like, damn, a girl who genuinely talks about games and shit. Holy shit. Okay, she likes FPS. I don't really do it much, but I wouldn't mind trying. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
I knew it was going to be that. I knew it.
Like
I knew when you were building this up. It was like, it's Call of Duty.
I
right?
had never played a Call of Duty game before because I just never had interest, and I haven't played a Call of Duty game ever since. So I spent $66 on this fucking game, right? And I do have a fun story with it, though. I do have a fun story with it. Even though it by no means worked out with me and that girl in any way, shape, or form, but it was you try things.
Yeah,
you try new
you
things.
gotta experiment.
Yeah,
which is fair.
So, but it's like I did get to try something, and even though Call of Duty is not my thing, I have this story, and I can stand by it
Good
for
old
fucking
gargle
ever.
wee wee.
Yeah. So my gamer tag is my Final Fantasy.
Yep.
I am the first motherfucker in this world to have that as my gamer tag. If Steam won't let me use it because some motherfucker already took it, but I was still the first. Anyways. So we all know Call of Duty fucking lobbies and how fucking toxic shit are.
Oh, here we go.
True classic.
I say people who complain about how bad they are now
Oh, God.
never lived back in COD and Halo 3 lobbies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the days of PS3 and Xbox 360, that was the war right there.
Yeah, no, so I went into a lobby just to keep trying the game out for a little bit because if I spend money, I might as well get my money's worth, right?
Might as well try.
At least
right?
try to.
Yeah. So I'm in the lobby and there's these two motherfuckers who are like the most basic stoner bitches ever. And you know they are because they're the only ones with mics on and their gamer tags have like
420 in it.
have the 420 or like the weed symbols on them and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, some stoner folks, and they're just harassing every motherfucker in the lobby, making fun of their gamer tags, and they get to mine, and they're like, oh, what gay pussy ass name, my Final Fantasy is so fucking gay, man. And I'm just like, oh, these motherfuckers are going down. And game starts, they're on the opposite team. I get first kill double blood in this match, and it's both of them. I got both of them at the same fucking time.
Perfect.
No, you want to know perfect? I almost got the 25 kill streak.
Nice. You almost got the nuke.
I almost got the if you get a 25 kill streak,
get
it's
a
an
nuke.
instant win for the match.
Basically, you get a nuke.
Yeah, you get a nuke and it instantly wins your team the match. I almost got a 25 kill streak. I got them to 23. And 21 of those kills was those same fuckers every fucking time.
You just kill 100 of them?
I just kept killing them. I wasn't even trying to. It just they kept
They
being.
just sucked?
They just kept popping up in front of my gun and being like, "I'm taking you out, motherfucker!" and no, their team lost points because they killed their own teammates on accident.
These guys must have really been high.
Overall, my team won by a staggering landslide, and I got second place.
Nice.
I got second place.
Good old KD ratio.
Nicely
KD.
done, boy.
Nah, like fucking, that's never happened again ever since.
Obviously.
But like, dear Lord, I'm like, I could go to my grave being like, I did good Call of Duty.
Which Call of Duty was this? If you
Modern
know?
Warfare 2.
Oh, what do you know? That one of the games I got on the table right here.
You don't have
hold it
Modern
up for the
Warfare
camera, I
2,
guess.
but you have the first. Well, actually, you do have Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
Because you have
I'll be
all-
honest. The only reason... Sorry to cut you off for a
Wait,
minute.
really quick. I was gonna say, Ross, you were just playing with the night vision goggles earlier.
I was.
That's Modern Warfare 2's Collection Edition.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what
I
I was
had a
about
brain
to...
fart. Sorry.
That's what I was about to bring up, since the only reason I even got that game was because of those night vision goggles. I have a PS2, PS3, and an Xbox 360.
And
He
yes,
said.
they are night goggles, and they do function.
Yeah.
The only reason they don't function now, no batteries in them.
I just took the batteries out because there's no point in using them. That's probably the best Prestige Edition I've seen for a Call of Duty game.
Which
Never gone with anything
Which
else
when
ever
they
since.
actually first came out, I didn't think they'd actually be functional.
Right.
Yeah, no, like
I thought it was just a gimmick.
Like, I kind of wanted to spend the money to get it, but I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure it's just like a head mount, so I don't think it actually works.
Well,
and then this motherfucker proves me wrong years later.
And then we actually, we have a funny story.
I bet you wish you would have done it.
Yes, actually.
Okay, so when we see that he has them, we try. It's like let's make it work. Make it work. Well, we find out that you work. We have our buddy. I'm gonna bring up Walker again. We have our buddy Walker. He's putting them on. And you can't like this thing covers like you have straight tunnel vision in these things. You have no peripheral vision.
Your depth perception is pretty bad.
It's bad. There is no.
We turned all the lights off in the basement and during a party and stuff while doing this. Wow, that sounds so wrong. Just
to test them out. Walker gets up. Sam, being Sam, just goes, boop, just pokes him right in the butt. The sound this man made when he did that, out of pure fear and anxiety.
Screaming like a girl is an understatement.
This is the best I can do. No, this man's soul briefly left his body.
Yeah.
And, COD 2 also gave us one of the most controversial, one of the biggest controversial gaming we've had at the time.
That is
I think I know where you're going.
The Russian one?
No Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of what you did in it.
Yeah, no, like they actually
What you could do.
Yeah, no.
You could go without it, but either way, the fact that it even existed at all.
In some countries, it doesn't exist at all.
Yep.
In the U.S., you have the option to skip it or not, and
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I can respect that, but I did not skip it. Because I was a motherfucker. It's like I want to know everything.
Yeah.
I think you should give a brief explanation on what No Russian was.
I
Put
got
it simply.
I got this. So
Go ahead.
No Russian.
The big
is
baddie of the game.
to start the story of Modern Warfare 2, which I've never played in the other one, so I don't really know what led to it. Is this essentially a terrorist group goes to a Russian airport,
And massacres people.
and they just mow down people with machine guns all
and
the
you
way.
see it all and do it actually.
You're the one playing one of the
You're
terrorists.
part of it.
Right.
Yeah, you're part of it.
Granted, you're a double agent doing it, but still, the fact
Yeah.
that you could actually participate.
The fact that you actually participate and you're the one mowing down these people. There's women, there's children, there's adults, there's
Everyone.
men, there's
Right.
everyone. And it's
Innocent
just like-
civilians, basically.
and it's just like, wow, this is heartbreaking. This is a really awful thing to be doing.
Well, it
They
also
made it
came out,
realistic,
like,
basically.
Because I think it was like 06, 07 when it came out.
Something like that.
No, Modern Warfare 2, I think that was 09.
Sauce Boss?
Sauce Boss!
Actually, I think it's probably on the back of the manual.
That's
there.
what I'm looking
Because
for.
Modern Warfare 2, I remember getting that after my second
It was
Yomicon.
probably 2009.
That's what I was looking like here, but just
I think the first one was
Sauce Boss!
2007, I remember. Or maybe it was 6. I don't know.
We shall go to the boss.
Like-
Sauce Boss!
Hey, Sauce Boss, you alive? Or you looking it up?
Looking it up.
Alright,
Give him like 10 seconds.
give it a couple seconds. But while he gets to that, I'm going to talk about...
November 10th, 2009.
There we go.
2009, Yep.
Alrighty. Thank you, Sauce Boss.
Oh yeah, I remember graduating.
More rice, please.
Yeah, makes sense.
You kill all those people only to be betrayed by the group, and then they blame you for everything.
Oh
You get killed
yeah,
anyway.
I forgot. Yes, that's what it was. So
That's how it ended.
So they know you're a double agent, and they have you do it just to kill you, and that's what causes Modern Warfare 2.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that was a fun one.
yeah.
That was a bad one, but...
I mean, just disturbingly fun. Yes.
Yes. But if you want to talk about frustrating type of fun, COD 4 here, the moment preceding it.
Ooh.
The game that ended in it ended in a nuke,
Ooh.
Like-
and you actually are crawling along, slowly dying.
Yeah.
But people forgot, but like that wasn't bad. It's this specific.
Ended. It started with a nuke.
He's not wrong.
But then you had basically the one besides how it started. The one thing that this particular one is known for is the Mile High Club.
Mile High Club.
Basically, a mission outside of the story that takes place in a plane, in which you have to go from one end to the other to try and rescue a hostage. This game tested all your this particular level tested all your skill, because you got guys coming from every woodworking nook and cranny of a plane just to save a hostage. Then you had the achievement involved in you beating this game on the hardest difficulty alive in that game. Not only did you have to try and defend yourself from everybody shooting at you, you had to beat this entire level in 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Which is barely enough room, I assume.
You had literally you couldn't miss a shot.
Huh.
Essentially, that's how hard it was. Like every shot had to hit someone just to get to this thing. Or if you're really good, you could, and if you figured everything out, bum rush it without shooting.
Mm-hmm.
But good luck. But yeah, that's the COD stuff.
COD is a genre that I didn't really get much, or game series I didn't really get much into, but
Yeah,
I did
it
enjoy
spawned
those.
It's basically besides Call of Duty as itself is what spawned the military FPS. Basically, that's how.
Yeah.
That is
Granted, Medal of Honor
Battlefield's
did it
one.
first,
Yeah.
but it really got big thanks to Call of Duty.
I'm just going to say one
And
thing
Battlefield
really
can't
quick.
tie.
Nazi zombies. That's all I have to say.
That was number
That
5.
was later on.
Yeah,
That was
I-
World at War.
Yep. I'm just saying.
The one in between these two.
Yep.
I just
That's all
remember
I'm
this
saying.
story that my friend and David still loves to this day every time. And since he and I did the co-op missions a little bit in Modern Warfare 2. There was this one particular mission, and where you gotta get from start to finish, and they warned you, watch out for the juggernauts. They are really tough to take down. As
I
we're
knew
starting
someone
the
was gonna say
mission, I say out loud, "What the hell's a juggernaut?" And all of a sudden, next
Boom,
thing
I'm the juggernaut!
I hear this
I'm the
ominous
juggernaut.
music, and then all of a sudden, this big guy comes out and kills me right there. Like, holy shit, that's a juggernaut!
No, okay, legit fucking. Again, since
It's just my reaction to that. He holds over me so much.
no, legit. Again, Modern Warfare 2 being my first time ever playing shit. Even I was like, what the fuck is this thing? Holy fuck, why does it keep coming? Why won't you die?
Why won't you die?
Yeah. I love and hate those enemies. And to clarify, by those enemies, I mean the why won't you die enemy. If
Bullet sponges, basically.
whenever bullet sponge,
Constantly
blast sponge,
reappearing.
regenerators and whatnot, just the whole, or like in fucking Dead Space, the motherfucker that chases you.
That thing.
That thing?
That thing.
Yeah, no, like fucking those things. I love them and I hate them at the same time.
Or the oh fuck no.
Yes, no. They're just again. Why won't you die?
Yeah, the oh fuck no.
Yeah.
Good old gaming tropes.
But
moving on to the next game.
Grant, I believe it is your turn.
I think Chris was motioning to mention the new Resident Evil games that came out. Resident Evil.
Yes.
Village.
I have
Village and 7.
the Resident Evil
Biohazard.
7 Biohazard and the Resident Evil 8 Village Collector's Editions right here.
Yeah.
Plus they're...
The good old gold edition, they gave you the Austin DLC for 7.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I've only touched RE7 and once over at our friend Tara's house in VR because I was curious about that.
Oof.
Yeah, come to find out, long story short...
Don't.
Alright, I am susceptible to motion sickness, so
Are you?
unfortunately,
I mean, it is
I
VR.
couldn't really do a lot.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I've never played in VR, but I
Yeah,
beat
so
the game
I'll
twice.
just... If anyone's susceptible to motion sickness,
Don't do VR.
don't do it. I can tell you that much.
luckily, I can do it, and I will for you.
I would honestly like to see this, honestly.
Or, you
if
know,
I ever get a
if
PlayStation
you
VR.
don't do Resident Evil, you can easily use your VR to play Drunken Fart Fight and smash my fucking feet in.
You fucking deserved it.
I deserve nothing!
So really quick, it's not traditionally an FPS, but if we're talking VR, I didn't even think of this until you mentioned it, but the Quest 2 does have a port, or a version of Resident Evil 4 that you play completely in first person.
Nice.
So technically is a first person shooter, basically.
Well, yeah,
and
but-
it is fucking great!
But that also took forever to get.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's basically if we're talking about just that, yes, I'll consider
Yeah.
it. But if
You
we're talking
see-
about in general, like Resident Evil 4, I don't.
Yeah.
Consider
Oh, no, no.
Here's why I think
Resident Evil 4
7 and 8 are special, because of, like, Resident Evil never was an FPS. It was always third person.
Well,
Yeah.
but here's a fun fact from Grant this time.
Good
Resident
fun
Evil-
facts.
Originally, they wanted to do Resident Evil completely in first person. That's why those doors open up in first person.
Fair enough.
So that's why when they were going to 4, it was almost like they were going back to the original
Right.
version, sort of.
Alright.
Nice.
See,
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
Six is kind of, for some people...
I'm sorry because when you talk about the Resident Evil shit and whatnot, I'm thinking about that video I see you guys in the group chat with Harry Partridge.
Oh, yeah!
You're one hell of a girl.
Well, good old Resident Evil... It's funny that it has the subtitle Biohazard.
Yeah, because that's
Japan-
the Japanese title. Yeah.
Yes, so we got... In Japan, it would be, that one would be Biohazard.
So
I
maybe
am
it's-
honestly surprised that happened. Well, then again, probably in Japan it's called Biohazard Resident Evil.
Actually,
Yeah. Even
Sauce
then-
Boss,
Boss!
what's Resident Evil 7 called in Japan?
Biohazard 7.
No, I mean like the full title.
Yeah. Because it's already 7 Biohazard over here. We need to know if it's reversed over there.
I would think it would be called Biohazard Resident Evil over there.
Funny thing is, that all started from an old game called Sweet Home.
Yep, it's good old Sweet Home, an RPG actually.
Yep. But because
It wasn't
the
really
original
started-
publishers lost the rights, that's how it hasn't been updated.
Biohazard 7 Resident Evil.
Yep.
Oh my god!
That's
Actually,
Wow!
Yep.
Thank
That
you,
was kind of a spitball I just threw out. I didn't even think it was
That's what I
really real.
figured. I figured
Thank you,
that's
Sauce
what it was.
Boss.
Honestly,
Also, for VR sickness, try Dramamine.
Dramamine.
you know, funny enough, my mom actually got me that stuff for when we went to Cedar Point.
Huh.
Because even still, I roller coasters I can handle are great if I'm not hungry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Also-
And I'll say 7.
Okay, so what you're saying is your stomach decides on some things.
Some things, yes.
Okay.
But, and as far as awesome characters, 7 gave us some good ones. The entire Baker family.
Yeah.
With the exception of Lucas.
I can do.
Lucas was okay.
Lucas is great. Fuck you.
He's alright.
He's-
As far as the 3 of them,
No,
I put him-
you do not talk shit about my Lucas.
I'm not.
He feeds
I'm just saying
people.
I like Jack better.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
not even
We
a
don't
contest.
even know it, Jack. I'm talking about Lucas.
Ha! I'm sorry.
Oh, man, I think you say fuck off with that Lucas guy.
Well, the only funny thing about him is one of the extra bits is playing 21. That one was funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, compared
just-
to Jack and Marguerite, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to give it to Jack.
I just really, really liked how they had an Evil Dead reference with the
Welcome to the family,
M7.
son.
Yeah.
No, honestly, my favorite thing about Resident Evil 7 is it went back to being actual horror.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yes.
actually scary and shit.
Freaking 6, man. There's parts of 6 that are good, but 6 is just weird.
I'm sorry, what about Giraffe getting a blowjob?
For me, probably the only thing good about 6 was Leon's campaign.
Yeah,
That's
easily
it.
the best campaign of the
Only because it had the zombies. That's
Yeah,
it.
I remember.
No, because it's the only thing that felt like Resident Evil
Yeah.
slightly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
First
remember
was like a
Fox-
weird third-person Call of Duty, and then Jake's was just like, let's be like a chase mission where you're getting chased by the one dude, but it wasn't
Speaking of
good.
Leon's campaign, Elena did nothing wrong.
No, I honestly, I think Ada Wong as a character is really fucking bullshit and just dumb.
That was a really weird.
She's a cock tease.
Yeah.
No, not even the cock tease.
For Leon,
Just-
she is.
I mean, yeah, but that's because Leon's a fucking simp. Okay.
I mean,
no,
you're not
but-
wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, Resi 2, Leon, sure.
Yeah. No, like, just in general, like, she just, every time she appears, she's fucking lying all the fucking time.
Well, that's kind of her character, though.
I know,
Kind
but
of
it's
her
like,
thing.
at some point, it should just be, no, tell us the truth, you dumb bitch. You know? And it's just like, wow, Leon, how come you fall for every fucking thing she says? Every fucking time. No, how do you all keep falling for that shit over and over again? It's not even smart shit either. No, it's like the most obvious shit you could not fall for. It's like, how did they fall for it? Do they not have common sense? Are they all mentally handicapped? Coming from a mentally handicapped person, are these people mentally handicapped?
Well,
And I still say the only character I like more than Jack Baker is his brother.
oh,
Joe
Joe
Baker.
Baker was amazing, but you had to play the DLC for that.
Worth it.
It was worth it for
Yeah.
sure. Because
Because
all he does is punch, and it was
No,
amazing.
he doesn't
Well, he does
punch.
more than that, but
He doesn't punch, he punches him.
That's true.
And then he basically gets his version of the Infinity Gauntlet.
that
But even better than that,
was such a weird DLC, but in the best
I
way
loved
possible. Yeah,
Zoya! Zoya!
I'm glad they saved Zoe. I liked Zoe. She was
Yeah.
really cool. Oh,
And then,
Now-
then he just like, I've had enough of your bullshit, swamp man. I'm going to powerbomb you. And yes, I mean that. You actually have a full animation in first person of Joe Baker punching this man in the stomach, putting him in dick sucking position, and then giving him a powerbomb.
That is fun
And
shit,
it was,
I tell you what.
oh, it was amazing.
it's
No, like, now, Resident Evil 7 being terrifying as fuck, and I love it.
The Marguerite boss fight.
Besides that.
Be
no,
giant.
like, Resident Evil 8, where it falls
Oh.
flat, while it is still creepy here and there, it's only really creepy in 2 parts. The rest of it is not that
Dom-
creepy.
8 was a better action game, but 7 was a better horror.
I'd say,
Oh, yeah.
As far as horror, 7 beats it up. But like, I'm not gonna fault. No, 8 gave us the Beneviento house and that thing.
Yeah, that was a little.
I would rather deal with the fuck no from The Last of Us than deal with that thing from the Beneviento house.
Can we give that thing an abortion, please?
That's like the one
The
thing
one
I will,
socially
I will agree
acceptable
with abortion on. Is that?
Oh, no, that's exactly why abortion should exist, so we don't deal with that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, like, the castle, that was some scary
Awesome.
shit. That thing, that was some scary shit. The rest of it was not scary, but it was good action. I did like
Yeah.
Moreau is just creepy and sad.
Yeah. Creepy, yes. Sad, not so much.
I feel like 8
Creepy,
was
not
probably the more replayable of the two.
No,
Maybe.
I'd rather replay 7.
Yeah.
I'd rather replay 7.
Okay.
Because 8,
No,
it's
if
like...
I'm gonna replay anything from 8, it's the Heisenberg fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous in the best
And
way
on that
possible.
subject, probably thanks to that, we got Sam in awesome cosplay.
Yep.
No, like, honestly, the best thing about the Heisenberg fight is literally just, like, randomly out of nowhere, that boulder punching asshole!
I lost my shit.
And that was basically made 5 canon.
Yes.
I had to pause it. I had to pause and just laugh for like 5 minutes.
Like
I'm
I'm
just
not
like,
gonna always say, TV and movies have their jump. TV series have their jump in the shark moment.
Yeah.
Games have their version of that is the punching the boulder moment.
Yeah.
yeah. No, but it's also just like, Chris, you're not a BOW. How are you able to physically punch a boulder into a volcano?
Video game logic,
Yeah.
that's the
Capcom,
deal.
No,
It's
that's
Resident
Capcom
Evil.
logic.
Not
You
video
can't-
game logic.
Yeah.
Capcom
Yeah, no,
logic.
you can't say video game logic. That is
There's a difference between video game logic and Capcom logic.
Even still, it's still a video game.
Resident Evil logic
But
specifically.
no,
He
Capcom
obviously
logic.
does CrossFit.
Crossfit, he can cross fuck off. Crossfart.
Crossfire! Yo, get caught! Sorry.
For the time you
Crossfire!
Hey,
I'm done.
a good game.
Turning off your microphone.
Hey, that was a good boardish game to have. Crossfire.
It's completely off topic from our discussion now. Maybe
yes.
we'll have a board game episode someday. Maybe
Maybe
we will.
someday. Who knows? We never know.
Moving on.
But I think the thing most people remember Village for, Mommy Milkers.
Yes, all the memes.
Mommy Milkers. I'm sorry. People, when that trailer first came out, everybody wanted the hot.
Well,
vampire
I think
movie.
it came from a time when COVID was in full force and people were locked up in rooms for a while, and
there is that.
horny motherfuckers wanted to fuck everything. And when you're,
Who
whether
wouldn't want
shut the
Lady
fuck up.
D,
You don't
honestly?
even need COVID for that. People want to fuck everything all the time, even before
Yeah,
that.
that's true, but
do not give
I'm
me.
not, I'm not saying that wasn't. I'm saying,
But
it
I'm
was
sorry,
exemplified,
Mommy Milker,
or
but-
not example. It was basically made more extreme because of COVID.
No, it made it more normalized.
well,
Yes.
that too. Yeah.
COVID made it more normalized. It was already there. It was just everyone was quiet
And the
about
best, the best funny joke that ever came out of Lady D being hot was thanks to Devil Artemis.
it. Roshi, quick! Sel's being attacked by a woman with voluptuous tits and a fat ass.
Oh,
God.
my.
I'm coming, Sale!
Roshi would!
Of course Roshi would.
That's
When he's
what
not
his
doing
character.
coke, he's basically wanting to fuck everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Roshi's another character that is the reason why you never trust old men in anime.
Good old Dragon Ball Z.
They're either extremely horned up, or like they look weak and frail, but then they take their shirts off and they're built like the fucking Rock.
Yeah. No, they're built harder than The Rock could ever be.
Case in point, what's his name from Dr. Stone?
Or Yamato,
Oh, yeah,
or Yamato from Bleach.
Or Zeus from fucking Record of Ragnarok.
Or,
I've yet
or
to see that one.
insert
It's
anime
garbage.
character
Don't
from
ever
many
watch
other
it.
animes.
Yes.
No,
And or video
anyways,
games.
so
Yes.
okay, so moving on.
Moving on.
Maybe should we move to a different game here?
Well, now
Yes.
it's Ross's turn, so he has to talk about something.
Oh, jeez. You know what? Me and Steve can talk about this one together. I'm going to talk about good old... One of the games that actually made me like playing online multiplayer.
All right.
Left 4 Dead, baby.
Left
Oh
4
my
Dead.
God.
Ah, yes.
You've actually played a game besides DVD?
This is before DVD.
Wait, before, but you actually played something before DVD?
Yes, I did.
Okay, tell I.
Good old Left 4 Dead. That's a good old zombie shooter right there. Multiplayer zombie shooter.
By the guys that made Half-Life.
Yes, by Valve. And now they just don't make... Valve, the company that's allergic to the number 3.
Yes. They do Half-Life. They do Half-Life 2. They do Half-Life 2 Episode 1. They do Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And then they do Half-Life Alyx.
And, they
And it's a
actually-
true story. I'm not
No,
bullshitting
I
you.
know.
and they have Portal 2.
2. And then they had like the
But they have
yeah,
Left
but anyway.
4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
Yep, no 3 in there to be seen.
You don't really need it, but no, it was a good, fun multiplayer because it wasn't your average zombie shooter. Yes, you could play as survivors fighting zombies, but the best part about this was was the versus mode, in which you could play as some of the zombies.
I was not aware of that, honestly.
Yes.
Well,
It was
then again,
great.
to be fair for a moment, I've only just played a little bit of a Left 4 Dead multiplayer and tried a single player. Yeah, no
I've-
good playing Left 4 Dead single player.
Because this is actually a game that if you tried to be the hero and go by yourself, no, you fucked everybody.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say this really quick. Side note: if they release Half-Life 3, I think
The world will end.
I think at this point, like literally gonna be like, all right, guys, we've got a great announcement. It's Half-Life 3, and then the nukes come falling from the sky. Because that's probably
ends.
We're never gonna play Half-Life 3.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. So because I did make a joke about it earlier, DVD playing as killer. Would you consider that FPS?
No, because you got the third person part as a survivor.
Yeah.
But as a survivor, I'm saying as killer though.
Well, as killer,
yes. Yes.
It's still more of a third-person game, I would say.
If you're playing, it's both.
Yeah.
Depending on what side you're playing.
Like it's kind of a switch when you think about it.
Yes.
But which is funny.
Plus, plus, honestly though, it's not really a campaign. There's not really much of a story. It's a symmetrical.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway,
there are games out there with no story at all. It's just fun to play.
Right.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But as far as the topic no, I would not consider it as part of this topic.
All right, fair enough.
But I can tell you, I had fun with it playing as some of the zombies because not only did this game have regular zombies, they had some special ones.
Translation: Zambi means zombie.
Zombies. Yeah. I like saying zombies. It's fun.
Like Spooderman.
Yes.
Spittermain.
Okay, you shut the fuck up.
But and each of the special ones, there was the hunter, the most common one that would pounce on you and claw your tits off.
Nice.
There was one
Not
that was
nice.
basically me called the boomer.
Literally us. We're all 30-year-old boomers, right?
Well, it's called that because it was a big fat one that goes boom when you shoot it.
Right.
Which you don't really want to try and do that because when it booms, it basically covers you in zombie bio and attracts more zombos. My personal favorite, at least in the first one, the smoker. Because this thing, and you knew it was coming because you hear. And this is the one where you could basically greet from rooftops. Because this thing, his special thing was it had a tongue that could latch onto you and basically kill you. And that was the three ones you could play as. Every once in a while, in both of them here, you had the tank. Basically the juggernaut of this game.
I remember that one.
There's a special achievement involved in the tank. Like one, there was just killing it by yourself. Then there was killing it with your friends while it's on fire. That came at random. 2 had all the ones I previously mentioned, plus a few more Zambos you could play as when it would let you. There was the Charger, which is basically like a lesser version of the tank, in which you could basically bum rush someone and smack the crap out of them.
Would you consider them like a glass cannon in comparison?
Kind of yes.
Okay.
But like, it didn't come as random. It was a main part of the special Zombos. Then you had the Jockey, which was a really annoying one because it could jump on you and basically steer you into the zombies and really kill you while attacking at the same time. And if you're really good, team up the Jockey and what was called the Spitter, which was basically Zombos that shot acid out in pools, and you basically, if you were good with the Jockey, know where the Spitter was shooting the pools, you could fire onto the acid. Then there was the one that really could kill you hard in this game, the Witch.
I remember the Witch.
I've seen cosplays of the Witch. I was like, damn, you look cool. Wow.
Isn't that the one where she screams, you hit it, she bum rushes you?
Yep. And that's if you startle her. There are ways to avoid her. Because if you ever rolling through a level and you hear crying, well, first turn your flashlights off. Because if you flashlight her, that also gets her going. And then basically she can down you in one hit.
Yep.
But there's ways to avoid that. And then there's a couple of achievements involving her. It's definitely the second one. Both of them had the one where if you're really good with their sniper rifle and you were able to headshot her and kill her, boom, you got an achievement for that.
Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! I can dance all day! You guys remember this, right? FPS
No.
Doug? You guys did not see FPS Doug back in the day?
Nope.
That was like an ancient I'll show you that later.
We'll wait later.
Later, for sure.
And then in the second one, there was an achievement, couple of achievements in this one. One involving the Witch, where there's one level where she's in, and if you manage to avoid her completely, boom, achievement. And then there was another one. Oh, it was hard, but I got it. Because there was a certain level in this game where you go to a carnival.
Carnival levels are always a bad idea.
A small...
In a zombie apocalypse? Hell yeah.
A very small...
zombie.
Oh yeah,
A
there
very
was also an
small
achievement having
badger.
those things too.
Carnival on the arcade?
Carnival?
Yep. Okay, that's all I just
Carnival, yes. No, yeah, there's clown zombies where you could smack their nose. There's an achievement for that. But then in the carnival, there's like an actual thing where you can basically play one of the little gun games and shoot targets. Well, if you beat that in the game, a gnome shows up.
What? A
gnome.
Okay.
Like a garden gnome.
Yeah.
And this is actually a reference to, because Half-Life had their own gnome, the same thing, Noam Chomsky. And in this particular level, there's an achievement for getting through that whole campaign with the gnome.
When you say with the gnome,
Like you could actually pick it up and carry it with
carry
you.
it the whole time?
And you had to finish the campaign carrying this thing in order for it to work.
And it was at the beginning, generally speaking?
Yes.
Okay.
And the problem is, unless you had people shooting with you, it was a pain in the ass because the gnome did not do... All you could do with it is basically you were tapping people, and it did nothing.
That is... so basically it's you are the dead weight.
But yeah, you could do it, and I did do it.
How many tries did it take?
A lot.
Okay.
Chris, I swear to
Now-
God, are you eating chips on
Yep.
the actual thing?
Alright. Okay, so...
You won't be hearing much, unfortunately.
Some Doritos.
So, Ross, in your opinion, which did you like doing more? Playing as a zombie or a survivor?
Zombies.
Okay.
I would assume playing as a zombie would be more fun anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I enjoy being survivor.
I think I've only played Left 4 Dead like once or twice.
It was good stuff, man. It was good co-op time.
Never played it.
I played it at a friend's
It's
house
very good
years
co-op
back
time.
in the
It's
day.
very good.
It's one of the best games to play in multiplayer.
I would have, yeah.
You know, once I get my PC all booted up and everything, since I'll be getting Game Pass with it and stuff, maybe I'll try it then.
Bill's here.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Left 4 Dead and 1 and 2 goes on sale for Steam a good amount of times. You can get. I recommend buying it on sale for that one. Don't pay the
one of the
$10.
characters from this game you could play as in Dead by Daylight.
Oh yeah, Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, he has some good perks too.
Good old Grandpa. Unbreakable Bill.
Yeah. Anyway, so Chris, your turn.
Well, the only games right now that we haven't talked about that I've got some experience with, got Halo 3, Borderlands, although I haven't only touched the first one.
Good old looter shooter.
Let's talk about.
Yeah, let's slow down.
Let's talk about Halo. Let's talk about Halo.
Yeah, you've got a lot to say about Halo, right?
No, unfortunately. I've only played Halo 3 once.
Oh, really?
Let's co-op with a friend of mine.
Well, I can tell you about Halo.
Yeah, no, all of us can.
Yeah.
It's like, I really didn't know what to expect going into Halo for the first time. And so I thought, since, for me, I had a 360, it was their flagship series. I didn't even know it was co-op at the time. And so, it took us a couple days to actually get through the story, and the couple times we hung out together.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you could even follow the story, because it literally does take place after the first two games, especially two. So.
To be honest, I barely remember what the heck the story was about right now, since it has been a couple of years since I even touched this last.
But
the last thing I remember, however...
Okay, I want to hear this.
Evil aliens developed a machine.
Having to ride... What's the car's name that you got?
Warhawk?
The Warhawk?
Yeah.
You mean this?
Off the place.
Oh, so at the very end.
Yes.
You will stop that chicken dance right now.
If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what that song means.
And how many times I had to die.
A lot.
I tried to escape. Because I was the driver.
The Warthog is interesting to navigate, let's put it that way.
I shall say
to inform our viewers, whenever it comes to video games and Chris driving, he is the worst thing on beyond the wheel.
Unfortunately, it's true.
And the Warthog had like very much like directional controls. Like you had to point the camera in the direction for it to move.
Yeah.
And it could be a little jarring at times if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Jarring, you say, huh?
No, don't shake it! Don't shake the jar!
Do it!
we weren't gonna, but now that you said it.
All right. So.
But I should say.
And I didn't mean that joke in the first place.
One of my favorite, if I may.
Okay, go ahead.
One of my favorite vehicles to drive in that game is the Banshee.
The flying
Banshee,
one?
The Banshee's a great one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
you don't see flying vehicles like that much in games.
Yeah, no, okay. During fucking Halo 1, whenever I play with my brothers, they always destroy me because they know where the spawn areas are. So they always try a way to snipe me because it's like, you cheap bastards. Give me a fucking chance and whatnot. But if I ever got in a Banshee, I fucking have the high ground there.
Yeah.
I take them on
It's
all
over.
day.
It's over, brothers. I have the high ground.
Yes, literally. Because like unless they got the rocket launcher, then okay, now it's even and stuff. But no matter what, they'd run out of bullets, they'd run out of missiles, and it's like, okay, I'm on top again.
The original, like the first 2 Halos, where the pistol was the most powerful weapon in the game.
The pistol.
Well, no, the pistol wasn't as good in 2, but it was like OP compared to most weapons in 1.
No, in the first game, it's pistol, sniper, and rocket launcher.
Yeah.
In the second game, it's the 3 plus the energy sword.
Energy sword was great, and then
Yeah.
the
Then the gravity hammer shows up.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Now, like, one thing I always wanted to do was I always wanted to rip the arms off the fucking brutes from the Halo games and everything and use those cannons because I'm like, that's awesome, and they never
And
let
I
you
still
do
have to say, one of my favorite weapons out of all of them came from Reach.
Which one?
The plasma grenade launcher.
Ooh, yes.
That's great and all, but forever and always, the energy sword's my top tier weapon.
Can't get me wrong with it. As far as melee weapons, I'll give it points, but I still say gravity hammer beats it out.
Gravity Hammer was
For me?
slower and more powerful.
Yes.
Well,
And it had some splash damage.
Yeah, it had some splash damage, but when you want to go through people quick enough and you want to reach them, as long as it was within like
Reach
20
them.
feet, I see what you went there. You know, I'm not going to jar you for that. That was
Thank
actually good.
I got a side badger just for a minute since Halo
Go
Reach
on.
was
You
mentioned.
have a mushroom?
Every time Halo Reach is mentioned, who all thinks Aaron Hansen's awesome video?
Okay, not every...
But he doesn't even begin
not-
to fucking describe it! Yeah!
No, like, not every time, but it does pop in now, at least half the
Not
time.
for me.
Like,
Yeah.
awesome, Rich. Can't wait to play it! God, I showed that to one of my friends back in the day. He was like, this is stupid. And he was like a mega Halo fan. I was like, you don't understand that this is like a parody of hype.
Yeah, no, I remember me and you, we once actually acted out word for word once, like back in the day. And people were like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with these guys? We're repeating things from a video! You dumb fucks! There's nothing actually wrong with us, we just want to share comedy with you!
Yeah.
Stop judging us!
Normies.
No, I don't think, no, these were goths too.
Normies.
Yeah, no.
They
goths-
weren't really normies, but they weren't
They were
in on the
boring.
joke, basically.
Yeah.
no, like,
Halo was some good times.
yeah. No, like,
You know, I actually remember a commercial promoting Halo 3 was
There were
they were
some
doing
good
voiceover,
commercials.
or people were just looking at had images from Halo 2. It's like, goodbye, place I died at. Goodbye, hill I used to have fun at. And goodbye, whatsoever.
Fun things to try and get in some of the Halo games. Speaking of achievements, the Lasso achievements. Or at least when it came to the Master Chief Trilogy, it was called Lasso, which is an acronym for Legendary All Skulls On.
Which is absolute
It's just
insanity.
Insanity.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna enjoy playing the game like a normal
Yeah.
person.
Right, yeah, and you should.
because both of them, just to get this one, it's a pain just to get the skulls. Period.
Yeah. And then you have to do it with all the skulls, which handicap
On the hardest
you,
difficulty.
generally
On
speaking.
the,
yeah.
on the hardest difficulty.
Hardest difficulty alone is already tough
That
as
only came
nails.
in with the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, but...
I will say, after Halo 3, for me, the entire series did pretty much die at that point.
Reach is still really good.
Reach was okay.
Yeah.
Reach was
When
okay.
Bungie
but
stopped making it.
Yeah.
That's what like. There's the way the story went because they
Right.
got rid of Bungie and shit.
Right, well, but...
was
yeah.
just like, yeah, no, 3 was.
Because Bungie wanted, like, oh, we're going to go make Destiny now. Bye.
Yeah,
well, no, it wasn't that. It was because fucking Xbox was treating them like shit and stuff.
That too.
Yeah. So, like, anyways, and I think Destiny's actually a good game. I think it's actually good. It's not the greatest, but it's good. No, what I do love about the Halo franchise is that even though Doom and Wolfenstein, as I said earlier, paved the way for FPS, it was like because of Halo that it's like, okay, now the game really fucking works good.
Right.
Also, I think it was the first game ever, if I'm not mistaken, to have an orchestrated soundtrack. I think it's the first one ever.
I go Sauce Boss.
Sauce Boss, look that up.
Look it up.
Thank you. But no, the fun thing to come out of Halo, thanks to Rooster Teeth, Red vs. Blue, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, I love Red vs. Blue.
Like, that's a badger, but I'll accept that because that's a funny ass badger.
hilarious.
That's not even a badger, it's relevant.
Yes.
I mean,
And one of my favorite quotes.
Machinima.
Hell, it was thanks to Red vs. Blue that there was a mode in Halo 3 called Griffball.
yeah.
Which was basically, you basically get the ball, it's basically like capture the flag, where everyone has gravity hammers and energy swords.
Yeah.
And there was a special, basically where you took one of the bombs, and you had to get it from one side to the other. But when you got it, no matter what color you were, a red or a blue, whenever you got the ball, you turned into Griff. You turned into an orange character. That's whoever had the ball.
I love it.
And the song I played earlier came from the Red Witherspoon series.
Ah, so that's what you were doing.
The Warthog song. Get the Warthog! And while he's not one of my favorite characters, Sarge gave me one of my favorite quotes. Because he likes to use the shotgun.
Yeah.
Heart of Darkness was the first song.
Oh, I played that game.
An original music scored by an actual orchestra.
Yeah, I played that game. Actually, now I think about it.
Thanks,
That was a side-scroller cinematic platformer. Anyway, we're going off topic.
Yeah. Thank you, Sauce Boss.
Yep.
And more ice. But yeah. He's like, no. You idiot! A sniper's a coward's weapon! With a shotgun, you can get a gun in your enemy's face so his enemy knows who's killing him! Plus, it gives you the chances to deliver some really snappy one-liners. Like, I hope you brought your wallet, because the rent bill gets paid in advance! Or my personal favorite, you just got Sarge! Of course, my favorite character in the entire series, always and forever will be Caboose.
Caboose.
Because he's Michael J. Caboose. Oh, he's grabbing boxes.
Yep.
Oh, I just wanted to move them.
There you go.
That too.
Okay. Oh man, but Halo is some good shit. I tell you what.
It was fun playing multiplayer with a friend. Me and one of my friends, we played through all the series.
Had some good times playing.
We played the whole series together in co-op. He actually bought an Xbox just to play Halo. So.
Okay. So as I said earlier, with my brothers always sniping me and shit. Playing with my siblings sucked dick. Playing with friends in your basement or your living room or whatever. And just like you're just gonna screen snipe each other. There's no way around it. If you say you didn't do it, you're fucking lying.
You're a liar.
But like it felt more even then because even though we screen snipe each other, it wouldn't be as bad as how my brothers.
I think that transitions into the next game that I want.
But before we do that, I have a good fun story involving Halo.
Okay. All right.
Playing this dude, his name was Roland. Back in the day when I was.
I remember Roland.
Yes, and one time we were playing Halo 3. We'd always we'd get high.
and
fuck with the settings, like super gravity, so you can jump real high.
As you should.
Yes, and one time we were playing, I think it was either 3 or we played both, but I think this moment happened in 3. It was just me and him, smoking. We were getting high, playing on the Valhalla map, basically the Blood Gulch map.
Yeah.
Playing snipers only.
Only snipers.
Yes. Of course, I wouldn't do that because I'm not good at snipers. So, if you don't want to use the snipers, you can use the pistol. Playing to 50, by the way.
Oh boy.
Just because we were high and I was like, fuck it, let's do it. He's basically getting to the high point. Me, knowing where he's going to go, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Pop him off with the pistol. And I won. I would win.
Nice.
And that's my story.
You can't go wrong with that. Alright, okay, so it was technically Chris's turn for that story, but I'm just gonna go.
I just want
I don't really have much with Halo 3, as I mentioned.
And that's fine. You know what? Fucking
You don't have to have a personal person to bring it up.
One of the next streams we should do on Twitch, as a group and everything, we should start playing the Halo games together.
We could do that.
Up to that.
I feel like we always say we're going to stream this, and we never do, but we should.
Again, I'll add it to our schedule,
Okay.
And I think it'd be good, because that way we can all chime in, we can all swap out here and there and stuff. Just do the campaign co-ops, and then after we're done with each campaign, do a little bit of multiplayer and kill each other repeatedly.
Or every time someone dies in the co-op, someone switches out so we can have different people while playing.
Yeah.
And thankfully, most of the Halo games are on Steam anyway. That's what makes it easier.
I was going to say Master Chief Collection has almost everything. So.
Yeah.
Now,
however, though, playing Halo
Infinite and Halo 5.
Yep.
Yeah, Infinite and 5, that's going to be a different story.
Halo 3 ODST will always be the best game.
Never played that one.
That is a very bold statement, but
That's a bold strategy. Yeah. See how it works out for them.
The ambience, the music,
Yeah.
that's what sells it.
That's fair. No, but when we start playing the Halo games, I only want to go up to Halo Reach at the furthest. I don't.
Fair enough.
all the Bungie ones, basically.
Yeah.
If we're gonna play,
That's fair.
If you're gonna play storyline wise, you'd have to play Reach first.
Technically, chronologically, but it's kind of like playing Metal Gear Solid 3 first.
Well,
it's chronologically, but you shouldn't start there.
Well, okay, Chris, do you want to play in order or chronological order?
I'd rather play of order release.
Yeah, release order is usually best.
And I'm fine with that, because going from the graphics of Reach to then Halo 1,
Right.
can you imagine how
Well,
watch that.
To be fair,
To be
fair.
the Halo Anniversary Edition is on par with the Reach. They
Okay.
remade it for 360. So.
Okay, that's
And that's what's included on the Master Chief Collection.
You know what? I'm down for that.
All right,
I never got that. So.
I mean, yeah, you can play with the new graphics or have fun playing old style.
Yeah, you can
But,
toggle with the button, which is pretty
yep.
cool.
So to go our next subject, in which Ross can join me in this one a little bit.
All right.
So we can all agree, back on the Call of Duty subject, no Russian is a very dark thing, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Let's talk about the darkness.
Master of Segways.
That was a good one.
A very good game, which started life out as a comic book.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So
Never
like
read the comic. Was the comic
Yeah.
any good? Anyone?
the comic was good. It's
Okay.
it's very like I'm not gonna say sacrilegious, but basically just take what you know about religion and throw it out the window.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because it is heavy on the whole like good and evil aspect, angels and demons and shit.
Yeah.
But no, like so the first Darkness game is very barely related to the comics, even though they do have
It takes inspiration from
even though
them.
it takes inspiration, and there are Easter eggs of comic book covers in the first game.
So it's basically an original take on the concept.
Something like that,
yeah.
you know?
Is it kind of like the Turok games to the Turok comics, sort of?
Something like that,
Okay.
yeah. You know, or like Prototype 1 to the comics, you
Like
know?
if you wouldn't know it came out as a comic book.
Yeah,
Okay.
until you saw the Easter eggs, of
Yes.
course.
Right.
Or if you did your research at all. Anyways, and then Darkness 2 came out, and that was more closer to the comics, but it was worse because of that. Now, to clarify for anyone not understanding me, when you play one game, and you know how it goes, and you go to the sequel, the direct sequel, and you're like, wow, there's all these changes, and it's just like...
Like style, like looks wise.
Looks-wise, voices-wise... And it's just so much change, and
Yeah.
like it's still okay, but I'm gonna take the first.
So it's a good game, but a bad sequel, as they say.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like if it was
Because
its
it came
own-
out several years.
yeah. No, there was only like a 2 or 3 year difference. in the
And
original.
like the darkest powers were severely nerfed in that one.
Nerfed and changed drastically
Yeah.
too. No, so like in the first game, you got these a couple specific powers over
It was
time.
basically a tentacle simulator. In all seriousness, I'm not even making a joke.
No, I'm not
No,
saying
you're
it,
not
George.
wrong.
No,
man.
I was laughing in agreement. Like you ain't wrong.
But, like some of the cool powers you had, like you could, because like essentially,
You could cause black holes.
yes,
Yeah.
that was the best one.
That was no. The best one was the Darkness guns
Yeah, although I remember that.
because if you do it right, you can never run out of ammo.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You just had to know where all the lights are to kill them.
but what I loved most about the Darkness though in the first one was just how creepy the voices were.
Yeah.
Mike Patton.
Oh.
And I think the ambience and just the overall
Yes.
lighting was phenomenal.
Yeah,
too.
no, and
No, Mike Patton-
lighting or lack thereof.
That's what I mean.
Well, that's the thing about that. Like, yeah, it's called the darkness, and it's like literally, it was powered by darkness. If you if
Yeah.
you stood in the light too long, you couldn't use your powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like honestly, even when you were in the darkness, they found ways to make it so you still see everything just
Yeah.
fine. I'm like, I can live with this. I can
Yeah.
work.
It was
with
a really
this.
technically impressive game for this.
Oh, yeah.
And if you did right, you can snipe all the light balls
Yep.
and just be like, okay, now I'm ready to wreck shit.
Right.
No, yeah. Speaking like once you got the black hole powers, there's actually there's a couple of fun little achievements in this game. The
Yeah.
first one, like
Actually, let me say the first
I'll give
Easter
you the
egg.
fun facts.
The first Easter egg and achievement, which you can do like right after the tutorial, is you go to your girlfriend's house,
Yep.
who is ready to celebrate your birthday because this
Yep.
takes place on your birthday.
Jenny, right?
Jenny.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my god, best girl, fucking
I would
best
have to
girl.
agree to this.
Oh my god, fucking Jenny deserved better.
He
Yeah.
really did.
No. She passes out on the couch with you
While snuggling, you're both snuggling.
you're snuggling and she passes out while watching To Kill a Mockingbird on TV.
Yep.
And you can actually watch
The full
from start
movie.
to finish the whole fucking movie.
Is that
Are
because
you
it-
kidding me?
Is that
No.
was that because it was public domain at that point, or
I forget
get the lines
Sauce
wrong.
Boss.
Boss.
Thank you. But no, like literally, and there was actually an achievement for it. If you wanted to,
If you were
could
there
watch.
long enough, like it wasn't
Like-
for watching the movie, but if you still, because like at first she'd actually straight up cuddle up next to you.
Yeah.
After a while, she moves.
Yeah.
If you're there long enough to where she moves, then it pops.
Yeah, and which it's about like 5 to 10 minutes into the movie,
Yeah.
but you could actually stay all the way till the credits.
Yep.
through the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I forget, does it actually loop?
I don't know.
I don't
Never
think-
stood long enough to find out.
I mean, like, I know I finished the movie just because why the fuck not?
Right.
But I never, like, stayed longer than
But
that.
the reason we say Jenny deserved better.
I don't
So-
know. I don't think it would really be a spoiler if it happened so early.
Not at this point.
Well, no, like, at this point, it's not really a spoiler, but for anyone who's interested in playing that's never played before.
Yeah,
So
skip ahead a
essentially,
couple
like,
minutes.
up at this point, you
spoiler
don't
warning.
even know you have these powers.
So from
Yeah.
this moment, skip, like, 35 seconds.
Yep.
After you're done...
This is essentially
Kill
what awakens
Mockingbird
the.
is actually still copyrighted and is not in the public domain, so they must have bought the rights for
They
it.
must have bought the
That-
rights.
that-
Interesting.
Thank
Must
you.
have been the
Good old
copyrights.
Starbreeze Studios, baby.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Sauce Boss.
No, so sorry for the 35-second thing. Okay, skip to like a minute from this moment. So after the tutorial,
This is your spoiler warning.
after the rest of the tutorial and the first mission and
Basically,
whatnot,
the first official mission.
you meet your uncle, who is the current head of the mafia and everything. Which, by the way, you're part of the mafia and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How dare you be a little shit, Johnny?" And yeah, so
With the evil corrupt cop, of course.
so he kills your girlfriend right in front of you.
And not just like,
Yep.
not just like pop, pop, pop. No, she literally walks up to the door and he takes a gun to the head and bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says like one last thing
I
before
love
she
you.
truly dies.
She
Yeah,
basically says, "Dies loving you."
yeah, and it's just like and then you
That hurts.
and because of that you get your first interaction with the darkness.
Yep,
and
that's
you-
what awakens your powers.
Yep, and it was just it's the ending is a true masterpiece because you get your revenge. You're like you give
You
up.
wreck shit.
You give up your soul to actually get that revenge, and
Yep.
it's like it sucks, but it's like nah.
And even
so-
going to hell to face everything with the darkness is.
Yeah, I remember. Wasn't it have like a World War II kind of
Yes.
vibe to it?
So-
I vaguely remember here.
Well, it
Ba-
basically explains the whole darkness thing. It's actually a familial curse.
Yeah, came from like the wartime period
Yep.
or something.
Yeah,
It's
so-
been a long time since I played the game.
Basically, and which this is where it does tie in with the comics, is when they talk about the World War II part, or was it World War II or World War One?
I think it was one because it was. I don't know. It was World War.
Either way,
Yeah.
you know what? No, it's gotta be one because multiple generations and shit.
Yeah, yes.
Because there were other people.
Yep.
The darkness goes from the firstborn
In this
son of
family
each
line.
generation.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways, fucking. No, like, essentially a member of his family back during World War One was like, holy shit,
On
I
the
don't
verge
want
of
to hear. Yeah, he's on the verge of death. I don't want to fucking die here. I can't do that. And so on.
Right.
So the darkness comes and is like, hey, if you fucking, trade your soul and make a contract, we can do this for your entire family going forward. And afraid
like,
of dying.
screw it, yeah.
He's like, yeah, and then he's like, wow, I instantly regret this. Yeah, no, like
the
that's.
voice thing, Mike. That just the voice for the darkness is just it's so good.
Oh yeah, no, like after this podcast, I'm gonna play for you how creepy that voice is. Just saying, and I love it. It's like a good creepy,
Yes.
And when you,
Especially if you're walking through the subway and walk on the train tracks.
yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, it mocks you when you die.
Yep.
It does.
Yeah.
Because at one point, after your girlfriend kicks the bucket,
Rip.
Jackie, in his sadness, does it to himself, and the darkness is like, "No, do not." Like, and hell, while you're even fighting, you could actually save her, but the darkness refuses to let you.
Yeah.
Like, you could actually break through. It's not one of those tropes of you can't save it because somehow the glass is stronger than everything. No,
Yeah.
this thing physically restrains you from breaking in.
Because it wants you to give up and give into the darkness
Yes.
and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
But no, in Darkness 2 though.
But that's what makes the story so good.
Yeah, but no, Darkness 2, I like when I heard it was first coming, I couldn't wait. I was like, yeah. But they changed the tentacles from being cool creepy to being ew creepy and looking more hentai-ish, just
Yeah.
which
Because they
was
kind of cell shaded it.
which was just like it was a turnoff for me.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
And plus,
Now the voice was still there. at least.
yes,
the
voice
voice
was
was
still
still.
cool.
They changed Jackie's voice, which I
Yeah.
didn't care for. I don't know why. Maybe just like
You couldn't get the same guy or
or
something.
or like
Something, I don't
or
know.
he wanted more money. I don't fucking
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
Anyways, so but then again, as we know in the voice acting world, first come first serve unless you're
Yeah.
guaranteed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you also had fun little things called imps that you could summon in the first one.
Ah, yeah.
You had 4 different ones you could summon in the first one.
And they all had different abilities
Yes.
and shit.
Yep.
One
And
was
this
basically you could take out lights.
Yeah, one could take out lights, the other one could blow up people, one could set up a trap.
And the other one's a straight gunner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the gunner was my favorite.
Yeah.
In this one, there's only one imp, and he's just there to help you and make fun of you.
Oh, that's lame.
And each of the imps have their own personality. This imp was basically a copied jackass that basically you could tell was an obvious comic relief.
So
the only thing I liked about this imp was he'd pee on the dead people.
Yeah.
So was there anything better about 2 than the first one? Again,
Not
like I
really.
said, I haven't really played the second.
So, like, the gameplay was essentially the same, but overall, though, it felt like it was watered down. While I did...
I'm guessing the game was probably shorter, too.
And it was very
Yes, actually.
Yeah, it was very linear too.
It was...
Well, the first one was fairly linear.
No,
Not really. No, there was
first-
actually open explorations.
Yeah,
There was a bunch
there
of
was-
side quests you could do.
Yeah, I guess there was. Now
there
you
were
mention
side quests. You could choose where the fuck to go.
Yeah.
The game was, like, pinpointed for, like, you gotta go here, but
Yeah, it's-
you could explore other places till you went
Yeah,
there.
that's
you can
true. I
make
do
phone-
remember the
No,
subways.
making the
and
phone
all
calls
that.
was fun.
Yeah, well, the phone calls was the best part.
Yeah.
Especially when you look up all the fucking numbers you can actually dial and
Yep.
shit. No, like...
Couldn't you dial like hookers in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You could prank call pizza places.
Yeah, yep, I remember this. God, it's been like 15 years since I played the game, so.
I'm glad you're gonna remember
It was
that.
an early 360 release.
A 360 and PS3.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, no, like,
And it wasn't technically put on the PC, but I know that 2 was randomly. Which is really bizarre that they have the sequel on
So-
PC, but not the first.
So I was getting to that, actually. The reason why is because 2 had a multiplayer.
Oh.
Yeah. It
And-
wasn't good. No, first one did too, actually.
I don't remember a multiplayer in the
I
first
never
one.
even could play it.
I
'cause
tried
my-
it.
I'm
It
not-
wasn't
I
very
couldn't
good.
find a match.
I'll have to look that up later, but I don't remember.
Sauce
What are we looking at?
Multiplayer in Darkness 1.
Did it have it?
It definitely did, but I never played it.
Well,
I can confirm it had it, but I can't confirm how good it was.
Well, we're gonna double confirm it now.
Yeah.
Getting some facts is good.
But no, so like the multiplayer in Darkness 2 was supposed to be like a story expansion,
Okay, but
unless you,
It
but
wasn't.
basically unless you actually read the
Co-op in Vendetta game mode.
co-op.
There it is.
Did a game mode. Cool.
Okay, so was that like online multiplayer or just like people next to you, couch co-op?
It was online because, like I said, I tried to play it back in the day, but couldn't find a match.
Yeah, for some reason, I just for some reason don't remember it at all. Anyways,
That's fine.
so
Thanks, Sauce Boss.
but no, like essentially the multiplayer in Darkness 2 was like unless you actually read the comics, it really didn't do it for you story wise.
Okay.
And
It didn't really tie into the first.
And like basically you don't get to play as Jackie in the multiplayer. You play as other characters and they all fight differently and they have different weapons and shit.
Yeah.
And they all have their own special powers. Only one that was actually worth it, but even then he was a glass
Irish
cannon. No, the Asian guy.
I played as the Irish guy because he had a hammer.
He had a hammer, but the Asian guy had the deadliest weapon, but it also sucked his blood all the fucking time. Gotta love those cursed weapons.
Yep.
No, but like it was the multiplayer was kind of more fun than the actual game, but even then it also wasn't really worth it.
So basically, it was a big disappointment, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
we never got a third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the sequel, Darkness 2, ends on a fucking cliffhanger.
Oh,
Yes, it
of course.
does.
No,
Why does some things gotta
So
do
basically,
that?
the whole
together?
story.
So
Because I thought they'd make a third. Probably,
so I'm going
right?
straight to spoilers right now.
yeah, this is straight.
The end of Darkness 2
As
is
Jenny.
is oh my god, we can get Jenny back from the grave.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
However-
and the Darkness is of course fighting you the whole time, being like, "No, you can't get Jenny. It'll kill us and whatnot."
At the-
Good, I want you gone.
So
And
the
like the
third
whole-
would have probably been the last one then, if that was the case.
No, so by the time you essentially res Jenny, quote
Quote unquote.
It turns out
it turns out Jenny
he's
was
basically basically the complete opposite of the darkness.
she is the lightness.
The
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, no, like she has like an angel, like her family curse is an angel,
Yeah.
and it's so
Kind of stupid.
no, because this angel has been fighting the darkness for years.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Wow.
like,
Thing is, the darkness is Pennywise,
Okay.
and Jenny is the turtle from It.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe
I
like
see.
that.
So it's much more of a psychological concept than like an actual physical.
No, it's actually physical. I'm just saying.
Well,
to think of how it works in complete opposites of each other.
Right.
That's like that.
There's a duality going on.
Yeah.
And it's
Basically,
not,
Pennywise is the ultimate form of evil, and the turtle
Yeah.
is the ultimate form of good.
that's what I mean. Right. Okay.
But yes.
yeah, no, and so either way, basically, like, Jenny's trying to warn you the entire game as well about trying to res her and shit, but it's also like.
Because it also doesn't help that, like, the whole part where she's doing that, it's basically his mental projection of him in this mental hospital.
Oh yeah,
And she's your nurse.
oh yeah, and the game tries to the nurse. The game tries to fuck with you, being like, "Oh, the darkness is just made up in your head because you're a crazy person."
Yeah.
It does that throughout the entire game.
And basically, the ending of it is you can straight up kill yourself or rescue Jenny.
Which then leads to killing yourself.
Right.
And
which is where the cliffhanger ends.
that's cliffhanger because the third game was supposed to be like, oh my god, so how is the lightness and the darkness gonna go at it and stuff? And it's like, yeah, no one gives a fuck.
At that point they just kind of screwed the pooch.
And now it's gone.
Yeah, if they started the first game like this in the first place, it's like, you know what, this could have worked. I would have liked it, but it was such a difference, and so much change that it was like, no, I can't get into it.
So basically, long story short, to end this section, play the first game and just forget about all the sequel.
If you do try to do the sequel, start reading comics first. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And then, here's my fun fact.
All right,
here we go.
The voice actor, Mike Patton, is the lead singer of the rock group Faith No More.
No way, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good band.
Mike Patton. Mike Patton.
Never heard of them.
They're pretty good. They definitely had some good albums.
Oh, well.
Let's not know
Show me after this.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right,
James
so
Martin.
Grant, what's next FPS you played?
So I was gonna make the transition before, but your transition was better than mine. Because you were talking about screen peeking, so I was gonna bring up GoldenEye on the N64.
Yes. I was wondering if that was going to get mentioned sooner or later.
Yep.
That did not age well.
It did not age well at all.
Yeah,
it's still fun to play.
For anyone who thinks GoldenEye still holds up today, take off your nostalgia goggles for the love of humanity.
I love GoldenEye, and I
loved it for what it was, man.
It was good for its time.
And I can still go back to it and have fun.
Probably one of the better licensed games that's been made.
If they remade it from the ground up to have modern day graphics and controls and whatnot.
Honestly,
did they actually do that for the Wii?
Yeah, it was on the Wii, and then they ported it to the PS3 and.
But see, the problem is when they did that.
But it was a completely different game.
Yes.
It had Daniel Craig, and
they modernized it.
And the craziest part of all, when they did the bungee jump, he bungee jumps with no bungee.
That's funny as fuck. That is funny.
But anyway, in all seriousness, GoldenEye was great. I have a lot of fond memories.
And back in the day, we debated whether Oddjob was cheated and was cheating.
Oh, it's totally. The developers straight up confirmed that he's the
Rare has recently come out and said, yeah, Oddjob was cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it was a lot of fun hiding in the bathroom stalls in the facility level when you were playing with people. They were looking around. I was like, shit.
As far as playing games in multiplayer,
I see you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get ya.
I'd have to say, Facility was the best back to play on.
Definitely, it was a lot of fun.
That or Aztec.
Yeah, Aztec was good too because it was very maze-like. And this is kind of a controversial opinion. I don't give a fuck what you think. Perfect Dark was an objectively better game.
I'll give it that.
And a lot of I have a couple of friends that will just be like, "No, you're wrong. GoldenEye is better," and I'm just like,
Perfect Dark.
As Chris was saying, that's nostalgia goggles talking.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'll give GoldenEye for its time. Did not age well. Perfect Dark still aged pretty well.
Perfect Dark didn't age perfectly, but
better than GoldenEye.
One, because here's the reasons why it's better. One, the storyline was more involved, and it was an original story.
And the controls were decent.
Well, getting that. Two, there was bots in the multiplayer, which already alone makes it a much better package than GoldenEye. Because GoldenEye was just straight up, you could only have 4 players, basically. Perfect Dark, you could have, I think 8 bots plus 4 players, or maybe with 4 players, I can't remember.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
but 3, really quick, 3, the actual controls were a little bit better. They were more refined. And bonus, 4th, the 360 port actually added a dual.
Zero.
The dual control port, so you can literally.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't there a 360 port of Perfect Dark?
Yep. And it's on the Rare Replay collection. Too.
Oh, that's
nice.
cool.
Yep.
And while I've never played it myself, it did have a couple of fun guns in that game.
Yes.
The laptop gun.
And that's another thing. Perfect Dark had better weaponry too.
Should I ever get an Xbox One? I can look forward to that since I do own Rare Replay.
There you go.
And
You own the game, but don't own the system.
I'd say the best gun of all of them. One, the laptop gun.
Yeah, the laptop gun was. Oh.
And then there was the bullshit that was the Far Side X.
I was gonna say the one where you could shoot through the walls.
Not only shoot through walls, it would track you.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was the equivalent of Oddjob in that game, basically.
Whereas you had the golden gun, but you had to really work to get that.
Yeah. And the golden gun, you had to be precise, and you had to aim, and it was only single shot.
However, there's one thing I will give GoldenEye. It had one of the most bomb-ass pause menu songs.
True. Very true.
It was alright. No, my unpopular...
It's not Battletoads.
My unpopular opinion...
Hold a minute, because Grant just said that, and going back to something you said there, Grant, the reason I don't have... reason I own the Rare Replay and don't have the Xbox One, Battletoads Arcade is actually on that Rare Replay.
It is.
That was the inspiration for me getting it.
By the way, side note, this is an important bad. Actually, this isn't a bad one. They're adding.
Okay, will you stop that, motherfucker?
They're adding.
Will you both stop that? I tell one motherfucker stop, and then I get two motherfuckers starting. That is not what I asked for.
Again?
Nah. I had my fun.
The digital copy of the HD remaster of GoldenEye is going to be free here with Rare Replay if you own the digital copy.
Nice.
Which I do. If you have the physical copy, I
Yeah.
don't know how that works.
Rare is a great developer, man.
Yeah, well, they were. Nowadays, it's
Then
like
Microsoft bought them out, and now they.
I mean, I enjoyed Sea of Thieves, but if you compare Sea of Thieves to GoldenEye or the absolute masterpiece that is Conker's Bad Fur Day, it is like basically night and dark.
All right.
Or night and day.
No,
Not night and day.
But yeah, I've said my piece. For, actually, no, one little thing. Nah, I'll get back to it if we cover the next game.
Okay, so my unpopular opinion with GoldenEye, I thought it was overrated even back in the day.
It was kind of mind-blowing for the time.
No, like, it was fun when you're with friends for the multiplayer.
Yes.
I despise the campaign itself.
Let me guess, Natasha?
No, it was just boring as
Natalia.
piss.
I disagree. It was the first objective-based FPS.
It was a movie that had
And-
Sean Bean where he didn't die in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That is kind of...
Yeah,
He was the bad guy.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I'm just saying, like, in general, I was like, it's okay. I only like the multiplayer.
It was
That's
kind of interesting because like it had objective-based... objectives. It was objective-based, and you literally had more and more complex ones as you went higher.
What
Yes.
I'm trying to say is, I equate GoldenEye to Darkness 2. The multiplayer is more worth it than the actual game.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Well, that's
fine.
fair. That's not
Yeah.
an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
But
And I still say I want to have one of some of the cool cheat modes.
big
No, like-
DK mode,
Cheat
Yep.
modes are always
Paintball
great.
mode, buddy.
paintball as well.
Paintball mode.
Yep.
Yeah. No, cheat modes are always welcome. Cheat modes are always welcome because that makes a game better.
Oh yeah.
But overall, though, if you gave me the option of only one can exist, the campaign or the multiplayer, I'm gonna pick the multiplayer.
I don't
every
think anyone
fucking
would
time.
deny that. And
Oh no, I've met people that actually tried physical fights with me, being like, "Fuck you, the campaign's amazing," and I'm like,
it's
Shut
it's
the fuck
great.
up.
It's
But
only good if you haven't actually seen the movie.
so here is a fun fact. Actually, the multiplayer was thrown in. I think what was it? The last 2 months of development, like just because they're like, well, we have some time.
Yeah.
Let's try a multiplayer mode out and kind of throw it in as a bonus. And then that became the more popular mode anyway.
Yep.
"Yeah."
By a long shot. Like literally, it was just going to be the
And you can
campaign when
play
they
as,
made the
and you
game.
can play as other characters besides Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always played as Boris.
Yeah.
Yep. Boris was fun. Not Oddjob. Jaws. Jaws was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. When I played, the rules were no Jaws because he was too tall.
Yeah.
No Oddjob because he's too short. And then we move on.
Yeah. So Ross, what's the next game we were talking about?
One both you and I could talk about.
Oh, is this
Bioshock. I
The
can join you
Bioshockery.
too. But one fun fact before
I
we get
was-
to that topic.
I was gonna make a beautiful joke segue, and you
You fucked it up.
I did.
I was gonna be like, was this around the time when we were studying biology? Is that what you're saying, Ross?
Biology.
But no, this motherfucker's like, oh, Bioshock. I should strangle you, okay?
We were starting bio.
Hey, you
topics,
held
and
it
was a
up.
Shot.
You held it up.
I did.
This
This is actually the remastered version. This is actually the collection that had all three of them.
But
Yeah.
guys, did you know that System Shock came before?
Yes, I did.
Okay, System Shock's really good too. Especially
That
the Super-
I
played it,
never
but-
knew.
System Shock 2, play it. It's a classic.
Okay.
we'll look it up later. Anyways,
Yeah.
but no, but
Had one of the
Bioshock,
coolest villains ever.
Yep.
Shodan.
Shodan, yep.
Oh, the reveal of Shodan in that.
Yeah.
Never played it, but if you look up to see where Shodan reveals themselves, oof.
Now, so Bioshock, I love it for multiple reasons, but the biggest reason I love it is the controversy.
Wait, controversy.
When
remember.
people fight over what's better, Bioshock 1 or Infinite.
I didn't know
That's
that
not
was
even
a
a
thing.
contest. The first one's 10 times
Yeah,
better than
but
it.
it's
I'll give you
controversial because it's
Why?
literally because the fan base is 50-50 divided.
Yeah.
Literally,
But that's the
people
funny thing.
actually started literal fist fights over which one's better.
That's Infinite might
Well, that's the
have.
funny thing.
Infinite was just a complete downgrade by
No,
the way.
I straight up agree
No, I
with
liked
you.
Infinite though.
No,
I enjoyed
Infinite's
it.
good. Infinite is good as
It
a
was
game by
so
itself.
dumbed
It's very
down.
confusing.
I was so disappointed because I loved the first one. The second one, yeah, it was felt like an expansion.
Honestly, that's the
pack,
one that like you needed multiple playthroughs just to understand everything.
Now,
but It wasn't that complex.
Now,
but-
my
No.
unpopular opinion is 2 is actually good.
No, I like
Yeah,
2, yeah.
it's more of an expansion.
Yeah.
But it's still good.
No, the
as it is.
DLC for 2. Minerva's Den.
Oh yeah, that's good
Oh,
shit. Yeah. No, but like overall, 1 is the best.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
it has a great mind.
Yeah,
fuck.
but the final boss, I was
Yeah, the final boss is easily the weakest part, but the rest of the game was like
he was
oh,
a
yeah.
great villain, but fighting him was it was
they could have probably
could've
done
done
better.
But my favorite thing, though, my absolute favorite thing when it comes to the first game, it's terrifying.
oh yeah.
Just the atmosphere was
The
phenomenal.
atmosphere, the way you first get introduced to the splicers and everything,
Yeah.
you're
They just
just like,
show up.
yeah, they just show up and they're like, holy shit, you can't do anything until they leave.
Yeah,
And then when you get a weapon, now you can deal with
which is
them.
a
Good,
wrench.
good old Ayn Rand and Atlas Shrugged
That's-
references too.
The
Yeah.
game was pretty much Ayn Rand and Great Gatsby.
It was basically like, what if everything that Ayn Rand stood for got subverted, basically.
Yeah.
But I could agree with some of the philosophies Andrew Ryan had.
Oh yeah, no, like there's a lot of things you can agree with or mildly disagree with.
Andrew Ryan as a character, I love him.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh yeah.
And if you really want to get good in depth, there's actually a book that's a prequel that explains how Rapture fell.
Atlas Shrugged.
No.
Jason. I'm
was
probably the
literally-
only one here that's read Atlas Shrugged, right? So.
I read it in high school with Nick.
You read Atlas Shrugged?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Oh yeah, no, Ross reads a lot of books.
I didn't
know
read
that.
it. No, I read it in high school though. That was part of.
That's
I take it that was a requirement for one of your subjects?
Yeah, it was a required reading
Atlas Shrugged was a requirement?
for what we were
fuck?
talking about. For a
That
subject-
book is like 1,000. Why would they make a high schooler read a 1,000-page book?
Because fuck you, that's
I
why.
guess so. Fuck me.
It wasn't that big of a book. I've read bigger books than that. I've read it.
It was. Well, actually, I don't know. Shit, it might be longer.
Sauce
actually.
Boss!
Sauce Boss.
Yeah.
What was
Look-
the first book?
It
Oh, what's a bigger book? It or Atlas Shrugged?
I think it's a little bit bigger, but it can't be too much longer, right?
What was the other one?
Atlas Shrugged.
No, I've actually read some book that would be required reading just for funsies. Like the time I was reading Crime and Punishment, people
Ooh.
look at me funny like, "Oh, what class you reading that for?" I was like,
That-
"No, I'm reading it for funsies."
That was a good book, by the way. I just finished that a couple
wait.
years ago.
Let's get back to the main topic.
Yeah, sorry.
So Bioshock.
good stuff. Like as a shooter, it's okay. No, the real fun part besides the story of the shooter was the
The
plasma.
plasmids were
Plasmids,
great, yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah, no, the plasmids were saving
And the-
grace a good
oh,
half
hell
of the
That's
time.
another reason why Infinite wasn't as good. The power-ups weren't as good as they were. in
No,
the first
actually,
games.
no. I'm gonna have to might disagree with you on it. Some of them were
What
fun.
book again? I couldn't.
Wait, what?
What was that other book?
There was it, and then Atlas Shrugged.
Shrugged, past tense,
By Ayn Rand.
which is where Andrew Ryan got his namesake from.
Yep.
And also, the guy goes by Atlas in the
Frank
code name.
Fontaine.
Yeah, Fontaine.
Good old Frank Fontaine.
Yep.
Yep. No.
Atlas, 1,168.
Mhm.
It, 1,138.
Yep,
Ooh,
just a little bit longer,
Yeah.
but neck and neck for the most part.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks, Sauce Boss.
Thank you, Sauce
Which I
Balls.
can't say much about Ayn Rand, that book. Never read it. Or I don't remember reading it.
Yeah, it's a dense
It's not one that's...
It probably could have been like 700 pages and conveyed the same thing, if not shorter.
But yeah, no, I'd still say... We've all played Bioshock at some point in here. Enough to know-
I've only played a little bit of it because of my friend's recommendation.
But you know the plasma powers, right?
I've only played it once on the PlayStation 3.
You must
okay,
not played very far then.
That, like, you only played like a half hour?
Yeah, I know, right? It was within like the
Probably
first
about an
hour.
hour and a half.
Wow, you would
Well,
go
for
with
those-
power.
for
Yeah.
us-
Like the lightning ability and all that.
I remember getting that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
The
plasma.
first one you get.
Yeah.
So I would have to say, I'll have my question.
I'm gonna add Bioshock to our streaming
Yes.
schedule.
Yeah,
soon.
we-
Dude,
so
look at my
much-
games
so much
library.
to
We
do.
got a lot of shit.
Yeah,
to do.
I
Well,
know.
we're
I'll
moving
try
on,
it.
moving on.
Yeah, moving
Your
on.
favorite plasma to use, and I'll even include Infinite in this.
I'm trying to even remember. all
I
of
have
them.
my favorite,
Tell me yours, Ross.
Hornet Swarm.
Hornet
Hornet
Swarm
Swarm was
fun.
a great
Yeah.
one.
You know, I think I remember
Not
Bro
the
Jared
bees,
actually
not the
mentioned that in the
bees!
video.
Yeah, it's even crazy. The more you level that, if you leveled it up all the way, which I did,
Yep.
not only could the bees, not only were the bees stronger, they would stick around the corpse, and if anyone got near them, they moved on
Yeah.
and killed the rest of them.
Yep.
I'm trying to even remember all this
I
stuff.
honestly, I think
There's a lot of
fire.
them.
I think fire.
Fire
my
was
favorite.
yeah. I was just about
Incinerate,
to
that's
mention
a good one.
Incinerate, yeah.
because
One
like,
you actually had to get to progress.
Yep.
yeah.
But
But shooting the lightning when the guys are in the water was always a lot of fun.
Oh
Was
yeah,
that
no,
one?
it was great for the good splash damage here and there.
Yep.
But I
Yep.
loved Incinerate because it'd be great for the really hard guys.
That's true. Yeah.
then between that and Winter
Mm.
Blast,
Yeah.
basically freeze them. If you're really good with those two and had them powered, you can basically get through the entire game using those two and the wrench.
Damn, now I really want to replay Bioshock now that we're talking about it.
Because that's the thing, like, especially with Electric Bolt, you can actually, there's been cases where you can actually get through the entire game using nothing but Electric Bolt and the wrench.
Yeah.
Because Electric Bolt stuns them, no matter, even if they're, the water just does more damage. You can still just damage them, and while they're stunned, you can go and smack them.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, one hit.
Yeah. And you can't tell me how many times Electric Bolt though would save me from that fatal blow.
Yes. Telekinesis?
Telekinesis it was good, but you gotta be really good with it.
Yes.
It's a hard one to master.
And then another good thing, as much as I love the bees,
Yeah.
I also love using Electric Bolt because you can use that to help put the machines in your favor.
True, yeah.
Especially when the little helicopter boys are coming at you. You can just go, zap!
Yeah, it was kind of fun to like take over the turrets and all that.
I love the hacking minigame.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing Pipe Dream.
Yeah, a literal pipe dream.
Well, because the whole point was, we just,
Move the pipes in the direction
in
and
the
make
first
the
one
flow.
at least.
Yeah,
the second one was
flow.
a little easier.
What was the
Yeah.
second one again? I'm trying to
The
remember.
little, like it had a little needle meter, and if you stopped it within like the green one, then it worked.
Okay. It's
The
been a
red
long-
would zap you and alert everybody.
Okay.
And then at certain points, there was a blue one in there, very thin line. If you got on the blue one, not only did you hack it, you got like
You got a bonus, right?
you
Yeah, I
got-
remember
you
that
can
now.
basically refill your E's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, speaking of Eden, the thing that powered your plasmids, Adam. Which sounds cute, but really all it was goop from a sea slug.
Yeah. I loved all the symbolism in Bioshocks 1
Yes.
and 2. Whatever symbolism was in Infinite, I was just like, I don't care about
And
it.
you know, the
Infinite
first,
was just like, it was a game that had so much freaking potential and
Yeah.
it was squandered, I feel.
No, you want to know why it was squandered? Because like they decided during the last year or so, you know what? Instead of making this a prequel, instead of making this a sequel or whatever, let's make it a prequel that doesn't make sense at all and time travel.
hey,
Wow.
yeah, the Lutece twins are awesome though. I like them.
They're all right. They're kind of like the best part, but it's also like,
Sombra was cool.
Yeah, no, like, okay, so Chris, when we get around to Infinite, it's gonna be confusing as fuck.
I think the problem that I have with Infinite is like
Yeah,
what
what
they
else is
initially
new?
showed in the trailers, like back in the day, was completely different than what we ended up with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Again,
So
because-
they
Yeah.
basically remade the game. It felt like.
Because originally it was supposed to be a direct sequel, being like, hey, from the sea we went to the air.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh no, actually we're gonna make a prequel now, but we're not gonna make any
But they
fucking
did
sense
make-
on how.
I think also this is a very, very slight but related badger. It felt very much like what Final Fantasy Versus 13 was to 15. Like we got a completely different game out of it.
I'm gonna agree and disagree at the same time. It was more like what Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance was, because originally Revengeance was
was going to be a pretty
it was
in
supposed
between.
it was supposed to be between 2
and
and
4,
4.
yeah.
But then they were like, you know what, let's just go with 10 years after 4.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I remember that.
And well,
To
so-
be fair, the
To be
reason
fair.
to be fair, the
Yeah.
reason was because they couldn't make the game work in terms of combat flow. Like they tried to make it like a stealth action game, and when it got moved over to Platinum, they're just like, hey, can we just redo the story and remake something else?
And I wasn't completely against that. I still like Revengeance as is.
Oh no,
But
no,
I-
it's a goddamn masterpiece.
Well,
Shut your mouth.
yes.
It's not. You don't like it. You love it.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
You cannot dictate my emotions on this game. Get the fuck out. You're fired from this
Well,
podcast.
crap.
Anyways, no, like, I still would have loved to see the original product.
It would have been cool if maybe
I-
even at least like a short movie or like a book or something.
And the reason I disagree on how it wouldn't work on the stealth part is because, like, since it's supposed to be take place before Metal Gear Solid 4, in Metal Gear Solid 4, you saw Raiden had fucking limits, you know?
Yeah.
So you could use the excuse during the stealth moments, he had to be like, okay, I got powered down because if I keep going, I'm going to run out of my fuel too fast. and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could have made it work. They just chose not to. And it's like, I don't know how you guys couldn't do it. It could have been done.
I think the direction they went with, I'm happy with, because the actual like blade combat in Revengeance was phenomenal.
Oh no, the blade's fantastic. That's my favorite fucking part.
Yeah.
I could do that all day,
They
every
could
day.
slash in
Oh,
all different
yes.
directions.
I'm
They-
going to reel us back in.
You're right,
Yeah,
Ross.
please- but please,
I
let's go
apologize
back.
for that
Because-
badger. But no, it's
It was- okay.
again, Infinite though. I would have loved the original idea better.
Yeah.
But, Infinite
hell
had,
yeah.
but the good thing that did come out of Infinite was the DLC bits. Burial at Sea.
Burial at Sea was like kind of like let's try to
That's
like
what led into Bioshock.
It was
Let in.
Yeah.
That's what kind of tied the two together.
I see it more of like a possible timeline and alternative world, kind of like a
and
multiverse.
it gave you a very
deal.
uncomfortable scene in that the burial scene did.
Which one was that again?
The ice pick.
Oh,
Where you're literally,
yeah.
we're playing as Elizabeth, and you literally have a first-person view to basically get it in ice pick lobotomy.
Yeah.
And because not only, and what's real scary is, not only did it happen, but like it literally went, ting, and then you heard the crunch.
Yeah.
Like you felt like you were in it. It was just kind of jarring.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm gonna say the when you finally meet Andrew Ryan in the first one, that scene was just, mwah.
Yeah, it was a great scene.
Great reveal too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good twist because, like, you
Yes.
should have seen it coming, but you didn't see it coming.
Like you weren't paying attention enough.
No, it's like you thought it was just, well, I'm not going to spoil it because it's a really great fucking moment and we don't want to ruin it for Chris here, but...
And honestly, even though it's so old, it's like, no, I want people to go back and play this game.
This is something
So,
you
yeah.
need to
If we're talking, like, top 25 game twists of all time, it's got to be on that list.
Yes.
I'd say top 50 at least.
Sure, right, sure.
Because you weren't really prepared. You weren't prepared.
Like, they foreshadow it so much,
Yes.
but, like, when you see it, you're like, I feel kind of dumb for not
No,
noticing
yes.
that.
What I'm gonna say about that is that there are motherfuckers out there that'll act pompous, be like, I saw it from a mile away, and I'm gonna say every time, you're fucking lying.
Yeah.
Do not give me this shit.
Right.
Yes.
If you noticed parts of it that seemed off, sure.
Yeah.
If you predicted that 1-to-1, I'm calling bullshit.
Now,
Yeah.
like, if you had a feeling about it, okay,
Yeah.
I can work
A
with
feeling,
that.
yeah,
but
but-
the whole, I predicted the whole thing. No, shut the fuck
Right.
up.
that sounds like
Shut
something
the
Brett
fuck
would say.
Do not say names on stream.
Right.
Who's
Okay.
who? I could say Brett could be a real person. Probably not.
Yeah. Anyways,
I think I'm on our friends group. I don't think they really get pissy, would they?
I'm.
Who says Brett's real?
I'm talking about legal things. Anyway, no.
Who says
So,
Brett's
Chris,
real?
so let's move on to the next topic. Chris, what's another FPS game we can talk about?
I think everyone has played this one, South Park, right?
I played it briefly.
I've watched every single episode, but I've never played the
I
N64
played- I was
game.
more
You've
of a-
never played the N64?
Not that. I played a little bit of that one. I was more of a South Park Rally guy.
The
So-
only ones I played are the two new ones. So
So I am a massive South Park fan. I always wanted to play that game, but I never fucking did. I only ever played South Park Rally, Stick of Truth, and Fractured Butthole.
Or Chef's Luck.
Well, I'll be honest. I never really finished this game, but my memory of it is that for some of the
That
levels...
was not very good.
No, actually, it was pretty decent for first-person shooter game, but it's much better, honestly, if you're using the cheats. As we mentioned cheats earlier.
Yeah.
It's the cheat I remember to give you everything, and Bobby Bird.
Bobby Bird.
Even then,
That's the name of the cheat. That
Even
gives you
then,
practically
it was-
everything,
it
even
was-
God mode.
yeah. It had the Superman 64 of the fogging thing, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. All I remember is 3 specific segments you're going through in this game. And one, it was a Thanksgiving theme. And
The
2,
turkeys. The turkeys.
there was clones. And the last segment, which was evil toys. I could never get past the last one because primarily the boss at the end was a giant toy robot. And whenever you got its health down to a certain amount, it would run back to its charging station and refill its health.
Maybe you're supposed to shoot down the charging station?
Actually, no. Turns out you gotta hit the button to have it stop charging every single time it goes back to that station.
That sounds funny.
Okay.
But, stupid me, I never really used a proper weapon to actually shoot the button.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I was always using one of the Terrence and Phillips fart dolls, honestly, on that
Nice.
sucker.
That sounds funny. No, like, you know what? We might have to play that after this, because I want to know about this game now.
So at least look at it.
At least look at it.
Look at it!
Look at it!
Look at it!
It is decent.
So I think-
how was the jokes in this game
yeah, I was about to ask
that
about
you
that.
can remember?
I was gonna say I think the South Park game is probably only as good as the gameplay and how good the
Well,
actual
obviously, you still got the
jokes were.
in some segments, you got. Oh my god, they killed Kenny!
Of course.
Yeah. You bastard!
Well, I guess the only one joke I can remember off the top of my head, there was a certain mid-boss, mid-enemy in the toy section that was a Jack-in-the-Box. If you threw the Terrence and Phillip doll out, it would... the line I remember was, "Hey man, come on, you're wasting my oxygen."
That's funny. That's funny.
That's probably not the exact line word for word, but that's the best I can remember.
Yeah. Either way, that's not bad. All right.
And also, something I do want to correct you guys on for a minute, since you mentioned NotCon.
Alright.
And one of the voice actors that they say that was going to be there, but sadly had to cancel, Rob Paulson.
I did say that.
Yeah, he was not the voice of Claptrap. That actually goes to David Eddings.
I knew that. I was saying...
Someone said Rob Paulson was Claptrap.
No, I didn't.
Someone did.
I said Rob Paulson was going to be there, but he had to cancel, and I said also the voice of Claptrap. I didn't know his name, but
I see.
Yeah, Ross did say that.
He said that, but now that you mentioned
my brain going through.
You must have just misheard. It always happens.
Speaking of Borderlands, I'm going to move on to that.
I think this will probably be our last game for the topic based
That'd
on
be
our
the
running
perfect one
time.
done.
Because we're already past 2.5 hours, my guys.
God damn, we haven't been this long since the fighting game.
I know, the fighting game was like...
No, the beat 'em ups.
Well, no, the fighting game was over 3 hours. We're trying to keep this under 3 hours here.
I mean, to be fair, we did badger about John St. John for a bit.
That's
worth
true.
It, though. It was worth
it.
it.
Was worth
it.
But let's talk about Borderlands, and then we'll end with our top 3 favorite FPSs. How's that sound?
Actually, let me say one more game before Borderlands.
Sure.
I'm gonna make this one quick, like probably 5 minutes.
Sure.
Oddworld Strangers of Wrath. Now this game, it was third person and first person at the same time.
Okay.
And you're like, how you do 2 at the same time? Simple. When you're moving around, not trying to shoot things, it's third person. And it was a beautiful open world. Like and the animations, the graphics, everything was great. It was so much different than the other Oddworld games. Because instead of trying to... What?
Hello.
Hello.
Follow me.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, coach.
Shut the fuck up. No one asked you.
Oh, and then actually, you know what? Maybe I won't. I got a couple of games I'll briefly touch on.
Yeah. So, anyways, no, like in Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, it was such a drastic change from Abe's Odyssey and Munch's Odyssey and shit like that. And you're playing as this weird, like, lion motherfucker, which then you find out is like a lion-deer hybrid thing. Yeah, a weird thing. And it's all, like, cowboy as fuck. And you're playing
Western aesthetic?
Yeah, a very Western aesthetic. You would actually like it.
I bet. I played a little bit of it, and I enjoyed what little I played of it.
And... whenever you would pull out your bowgun thingy, it'd go to first person shooter.
Didn't it have like weird little animals as your weapons?
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that like very vaguely.
like you could shoot spiders.
I
at people.
played it at a demo. Remember these demo kiosks at stores? You remember those?
Stop making my neck hurt.
Oh yeah.
My neck I just felt neck pain. You remember it making me remember.
I know.
I remember playing Mario Party 3 at a kiosk like that.
Anyways, no, like. The game was awesome, but once you get halfway through the game, it all takes a massive fucking turn, because that's when you learn your character isn't like this bipedal, like, lion man thing. Mm-hmm. You then learn he's a quadruped with arms, and he's like part deer, part lion and shit.
Oh.
And
it's just a centaur.
Yeah, a weird deer lion centaur. But it's awesome, and then you learn about lunch or racism and corporate bullshit and whatnot. I'm like, wait, wow, yeah. Trust me, when you play the game, it makes sense. Okay. It's good.
It just seems kind of out of place if you describe it, basically.
The way I describe it, no matter how you describe it, it sounds out of place, but it's really good. Either way, the gameplay still stays the same. Awesome animations for moving around the world and everything. Mm-hmm. But when you're trying to shoot things, it's FPS, and it's good FPS gameplay, too. Sure. Especially when you're shooting all the little critters at people.
Nice.
And no, like, every critter does different things. You shoot spiders, you're doing a Spider-Man and webbing the fuck the enemies up. And if you're shooting these little jitterbugs, they shock the motherfuckers. No, like, it was some good shit, and they had really good animation, too, for the time on PS2. And it got
PS2. I think that was Xbox original.
Xbox and PS2.
Did they make a PS2 port? I don't think they. I know they ported it to PS3 later.
Yeah, no. It's a funny story. When I got my PS4, I accidentally bought the PS3 online right before like they crashed the servers for PS3 and shit, or like closed the servers, and I was like, oh, why is this available for the store on my PS4 when this is for PS3? Yeah, I actually did that, and because of that kerfuffle and whatnot, I actually got a refund from PlayStation. Right? I got a refund for something that shouldn't have happened.
That's interesting to say the least.
Right?
Wow.
You locked out because Sony doesn't do that.
Right?
But we're gonna move on now.
Yep.
I'm gonna close her out with a couple of games. One I'll briefly touch on. Borderlands.
Borderlands.
The looter shooter. With very good humor. It was very funny.
The humor is... I always thought it was kind of weird. It was kind of, for me, what I played of it was very hit or miss.
Yeah, it's definitely hit or miss.
It's good when you're stoned.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, I never played it stoned.
Having Handshake Jack, great villain. Hilarious.
ProZD plays the best character.
I'll be honest,
Flak,
I've only played
yep.
the first one, so.
But no, I'd say a character that's just as good as Flak, Creed.
That's
Creed
fair.
and boy.
Yeah.
And because and then we mentioned it maybe that I've played in here. Both it's a FPS, but it really doesn't encourage you to do it. Dishonored. That's a stealthy mode.
That's more like a first-person stealther, pretty much.
Yes.
I mean,
Very hard to do. Actually.
I'll accept it though. I'll accept it.
It's still an FPS because you could do shooting.
You could.
However, if you wanted to be violent, it actually it was bad.
I assume you get a bad ending if you're.
Not only that, it had a system called the chaos system, where the more you kill people, the more it actually affected the game. Because like if you killed people in the first one, the guards would multiply. Like you get more guards, it become more difficult.
Yeah, sure.
And the second one, it would make these because the second one basically had a plague of flies. The more you kill people, the more, and they would feast on the dead. And the more you kill people, the more that happened.
Oh, I see.
Not to mention, it also had, like, basically you're trying to take out certain targets. And each target had 2 different ways of taking them out. You could go in there guns ablazing and kill them, but some of the more creative ones just not doing that. In the first one, the very first guy you take was basically like they had their version of the religion, and you had to take out basically the leader of them, and you could go in and kill him, or you could basically do what he basically brand him a heretic of that order and basically have him exiled. Which was okay. The fun ones were taking out this pair of twins.
Twins, huh?
Yes, you could go to their club and take them out, or you could basically make a deal with the leader of the local gang. This guy's name was Slackjaw, and he made you a deal where, hey, if you set him up to where we could kidnap him, what they would do to him was again subject to because they were notorious for making people mine silver in their mines. Well, these guys would take them, cut out their tongues.
Oh, Jesus.
Then you never actually saw this. It's just in the story. You could, you never actually saw it happen. You just basically set it to where they could take them, but they basically put them to work in their own torture mines, but they couldn't say who they were. They couldn't defend themselves. Awesome.
That's kind of dark, to say the least.
That game was really dark. Especially when you're in the party level, when you had to find the one lady, which was actually...
so I played just a little bit of the first one. I think I got to the party. It was one. Weren't there like multiple ways to enter like the mansion or something?
Yes. Well, not just that. It's to figure out one. You had to because the target itself was covered.
Okay.
You had to figure out which one was a specific target because there's 3. Because they were basically like triplets, and they would all wear same kind of costumes in different colors. You actually had to figure out which one it was, and then the non-violent way to get her was to basically send her off with this creepy. Because at one point you're talking to this guy who basically says he has an obsession with the target. To take her out, you basically kidnap her and put her on his boat, and he basically takes her off to have his way with her.
Oh
wow,
that got a little dark.
Yeah, and you can either get the good ending, the bad ending, or the worst ending.
And that's the worst ending.
No, the worst ending, that was submission. The worst ending was basically you die.
Yeah.
And no one knows your name.
Right.
I don't know. That one kind of sounds pretty worse to me. But.
Yeah.
These sequels, were they worth playing?
There's only one.
Yeah.
Technically, one was a sequel, one was a side story.
Okay.
Yes, I would recommend playing it. Still a pain in the ass.
Would you say it's better or worse than the first? Worse from the sounds of it?
No. I'd say it's on par.
Okay.
On par. There's definitely a lot more puzzling.
Oh, okay.
Especially the one level where you literally had to like travel back in time. There's a plot reason.
Okay.
But you could actually literally willingly go back and forth between time periods.
So to clarify, like it's actually well done, or it's like kind of jumping the shark?
No, like you actually had to go. Like it wasn't like a time travel bit.
Okay.
Like, technically, it involved time travel, but it was pertinent to the mission to figure out how to do shit.
It wasn't an ass pull or anything like that. Okay.
Because basically, you had to try to get information from this one guy, but in the present day, he's basically gone insane.
Right. So you have to go back to what he was saying. Sure.
Yeah, because there was actually a plot reason as to why he did that.
Okay.
And he had to throughout this mission, he had to go through his house and time travel back to the different spots. One, to maneuver through the house, and 2, go back to the time where he did this thing that made him go crazy.
Okay.
And you could prevent it, but that's enough about that.
All right. So Borderlands.
Ah, yes. Looty shooty.
Yeah.
Crazy guns.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Some of the fun guns.
Yeah.
Or just, aside, yes, the character on the front, the Psychos. Basically Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees, okay. Machete and all?
Huh?
Machete and all?
Oh, well, not so much a machete. It was called the Buzz Axe.
Hey, what time were we at, Grant?
I think the system might have turned off.
Oh shit, when did that happen?
Probably might have been very recent here. I think we should finish up this episode just
I'm
to be
gonna have to
safe.
finish. Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm glad we have the camera then,
Yep.
just in case.
Yes.
Just in case it is still recording, but yeah, no. So top 3 FPS is Ross first.
Bioshock, Left Dead, and I'm gonna say GoldenEye for me for fun, for coolness.
All right, Chris next.
I doubt it's actually still on due to the fact no red lights and whatnot.
Probably not. We'll
I mean, luckily we have the camera, but just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, since I haven't really played much first-person shooters, I'll probably say my top pick is Metroid Prime. I'll go Borderlands second, since I have dabbled with that with my friend. You know what? Because I've only played a little bit of Bioshock. Again, its popularity is pretty good. I'll say that.
Okay. For me, I'm gonna go with the darkness one, just because of the creepiness and
Alright.
just the aesthetic and
That's
everything.
definitely fair.
I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm also gonna go with Oddworld Stranger's Wrath because I just gushed over it and I love it. It was a fun game and very interesting.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna end it with Deus Ex, which I didn't get to cover.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that.
That's a future topic.
We can talk about it another time, like political games.
I was gonna say like Deus Ex was very much like Dishonored. As much from what I could tell, it was very much
could be
it was like what do they call that?
It was an RPG that actually you
There-
actually had to.
Immersion sim is what they call that.
Yeah.
genre.
At least in the first one,
Yeah.
like if you wanted to have such a skill, you started off not knowing shit.
Yeah.
You
Right.
actually had to work to know things.
And now, like Deus Ex, fun gameplay, fun graphics and shit. And yeah, that should do it for me.
For me, I'm gonna break down the top 3 just by top in each subcategory. So adventure first person, definitely Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
If we're talking straight up boomer shooter, gotta be Doom. And if we're talking more like an immersion sim, it's either gonna be System Shock 2, Bioshock, or the original Deus Ex for me. I'm probably gonna give that to. I'm just gonna say Bioshock. What's this? What's this noise?
Okay, I'm back, everyone.
Wait, hey, that was only 3 hours.
Line up. I'm sick of your shit.
Hank, what happened?
Line the fuck up. Okay.
What?
Okay.
What do you
Line the
want,
fuck
Hank?
up. Okay. I got done with the war with the mole people. They made good stew. Anyway, so fucking. I'm done with all your shit. Hank, we haven't done any shit. I don't care. I'm gonna raise the rent. No, Hank.
Raise the Hank.
No, you can't
Raise the rent?
You're not allowed to raise our rent. Oh, shut the fuck up. I can do whatever the fuck
I need a contract, Hank.
I own the contract. I made the contract.
But there's legal obligations, Hank. Hank.
Actually, no, he kind of can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Can he? Oh.
Yeah. So, anyway, shut the fuck up. Okay. Anyway, so, all of you line the fuck up. And I'm gonna take you out to the ants go marching down because fucking we're gonna go to war with the ants now.
Wait, we're at war with the ants?
Yes, Auntie Jizz is a bitch. I'm on fire now.
What'd she do?
What didn't she do?
What didn't she do is probably
What
the
or
question.
who didn't she do?
The fat one. The fat one is right. Anyways, we're gonna get out here and go to war. Okay, fucking, let's go.
All
Now.
right.
Well, until next time, everyone.
Dum.
Good shit. All right.